Was the only Cardinals player named to the 2024 Pro Bowl.
Got me.
His sixth time in 7 seasons.
Cool.
The Cardinals are back on the practice field today. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, they've been releasing them.
Suns Weather Center for all your AC plumbing
Bo
and
next
electric
yesterday.
needs. Call Parker.
For your Thursday, we'll look for mostly sunny skies.
Yeah, they got the website up today.
But we are going to see a chilly day with temperatures only in those upper 50s for today. Tonight, those temperatures dipping down into the upper 30s with mostly clear skies.
No, I haven't done it. I'm not doing anything with them right now.
Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by New Vision Auto Glass.
Tired of looking through a windshield with a crack or chip in it?
Get it replaced with New Vision Auto Glass. Qualifying customers can get up to $375 cash back and a free dinner at Rodizio Grill.
NewVisionAutoGlass.com.
480-210-9090.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy.
Okay.
Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports
Roger that,
Marketing.
Ramjet.
And is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 9.
You're hot.
Hey, everybody, welcome in. The Suns took the gas pipe last night against the L.A. Clippers. Buda Baker of the Cardinals going back to the Pro Bowl, and the Sun Devils are hosting Utah tonight. Pac-12 Conference College Basketball, the game in Tempe. Welcome in. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, also 99.9 FM HD2, and on the iHeartRadio app. Jax is with us today. Shu back in the iHeartRadio studios. Manuch, we're hanging out today in Tempe at Twin Peaks.
Yeah, and it's crowded out.
Yeah, it is.
Get quite the crowd here going strong here at the Twin Peaks or Tempe Marketplace. A lot of folks here. I think a lot of folks are still vacationing while we're grinding away on over a hot microphone, but that's okay. And
somebody's got to do it.
Absolutely. And lucky us, right?
Yeah.
That's for sure. So seeing all the last night's hockey games, replay of the Dolphins games and soccer and all the shows.
I'm watching Coco Gauff play tennis.
And that as well, too. So if you're a tennis fan, hockey fan, if you're just a fan, come on into Twin Peaks. You'll get anything and everything. You'll get the overstimulation of the visualization of sports here at Twin Peaks.
That's a lot of verbiage. So let's go.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, the Phoenix Suns ran into a buzzsaw last night. Manuch and I, along with Shu, talked about it on the show yesterday about how this was going to be a kind of setup game. Where are the Suns right now? Look, Durant did not play. If the Suns are going to be successful against a team like the Clippers, Durant will have to be on the court in order for the Suns to compete with that high-powered offense.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jim. I think it's going to have to be all hands on deck when you play a team like the Clippers. I mean, they shoot, 55% overall, over 50% from three-point land, and the Suns not much different than that. They shoot 53% overall and almost 43% from three-point land. It's just not that you give a team 70 points and a half. It's hard to come back when you're down by 19 at halftime.
But it's interesting that you said that because the Suns gave up 70, and then in the second half, the Suns scored 71.
But they also gave up 61.
That is correct.
See, and you and I talked about this a little bit yesterday, and Shu, is that when this Suns team can hold their opponents to it 50-55, if it gets above 60, they're probably not going to win. And especially in that second half, And again, the third quarter was a big quarter for them, but it was also a big quarter for the opposition, that being the Clippers. They scored 37 points. And the Suns were down by, 23 at one time. They got within 7, 5 minutes to go, but they just, all of a sudden you get the Clippers hit a couple of big shots. Grayson Allen gets into the face of James Harden, who shot it from dang near the half court line.
I was going to say the parking lot.
I mean, he was putting up, but they hit the shots when they had to. But I think that the thing that you kind of notice is that the Suns, I didn't think had that energy to come out and get after the Clippers. It seemed like the Clippers were a little more physical, a little more physicality, and kind of took that home court advantage away from the Suns team. And they outscored by 15 points in the first quarter.
You know, what was really interesting to me in that game was the play of the Clippers. And I was really interested to see how that was all going to break down. Look, we talked yesterday about how when James Harden arrived, that they lost 5 in a row. And then all of a sudden, Russell Westbrook goes to coach and says, hey, Tyronn Lue, I'll be happy to come off the bench. And lo and behold, the pieces of the puzzle started to fit together, and here we are. It's amazing how good the Clippers looked last night because everybody bagged on them when the Harden trade took place.
Well, and also Kawhi Leonard was playing too.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They had all their hands on
They
deck.
did.
And Kawhi Leonard is just, I don't care what anybody says, he's amazing in the paint.
Yeah.
He really is. He gets 30 points, and you watch him, and Paul George was hot. Just it seems that the Paul George rivalry, I guess, with Devin Booker, I guess George maybe wins that rivalry last night. But, I mean, you look at this Clippers team, and to your point, Jimmy, they got shooters all over the place.
Yep.
And the Suns do too, and all three are playing. But the other thing that is still haunting this Suns team is the turnovers. The 16 turnovers you look at the turnovers, only 12 by the Clippers. Now, the Suns scored more points off of turnovers than did the Clippers. I thought that was interesting.
That was.
But they got out-rebounded, the Suns. Really didn't get outshot. It's just when you get down by 15 after one quarter and you're down by 19 and you get down by 23 and you go into that fourth quarter having to dig yourself out of a hole, which they almost did with some three-pointers. And of all people to get you back in the game, Bol hitting 2 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. I didn't realize the kid, he's got a decent shot.
He does.
And it's 7-2. He gets up and down the court. Pretty damn good for a guy who's about, $165?
I think I might outweigh him. The thing that is interesting about Bol is that it seems now that they are looking to get him some more minutes, and he was instrumental in the Suns climbing back into that game, and he did play very, very well once again. The one part of his game, though, is that he was down on the block late in the game, and he's up against Zubats, and Zubats just gets the ball on an entry pass and just backs him right down, hip checks him off to the side, and easily lays it in. So that's that weight factor that we're going to discuss.
And I think that was the mismatch that that Tyronn Lue saw.
Yeah.
But again, Jimmy, you could say lack of defense. They were shooting lights out.
Yeah.
And the good thing about the Suns is that they almost shot themselves back into the game, as I mentioned.
Yep.
5 minutes ago, down by 7, but there was no, I wouldn't say there was any gas left in the tank. It's just they couldn't get any stops.
Mm-hmm.
They got no stops in that fourth quarter to allow them to at least get close to tying up, maybe with the last second shot.
That brings us then to our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. And for a free quote, repair, or installation, just head to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media by searching #sexy roof status. After the Suns' first 34 games, have your expectations changed for the playoffs? You have 4 options. 1, still can win the NBA title. 2, still can win the Western Conference. 3, can make first round of playoffs. 4, barely make the playoffs. Those are your 4 options, and all you have to do is just go to Roc and Manuch on Twitter, cast your vote. We will continue to update the question throughout the show.
It's interesting. I wrote that last night. I'm sitting there going, well, if they've got all hands on deck, everybody's healthy, and I mean all hands on deck, Jimmy. I mean everybody's
got to be healthy.
Everybody's got to be in sync. They've got to have the chemistry, and I think they will. I think the last couple of weeks of the season, I think they will have settled down. At that point, these sore hamstrings, the bad backs, the bad calf, whatever. And because you look at Durant, and then you look at Beal, and then you look at pretty much Booker, those are three guys that kind of insinuated that everybody's healthy. Then at playoff time, you get a few days off. I think that this team, quite frankly, can still win the Western Conference. I do. But again, when you watch the Clippers, you watch Denver, you look at Golden State right now.
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be a tall task. But me being the ever-dying, diehard Suns fan that's out there since circa 1968-69 season.
God, you're old.
I know. I was sixth grade when that was all going down. But I mean, I see what that could be. It just, you look at the other scenarios, it ain't gonna be easy.
No, it's not gonna be easy.
So,
no,
but for my question to you, Jimmy, is, do they have the bench or the rotation besides those three to stand up to the likes of the Clippers?
Like I said, the big three were not on the court last night for the Suns, and they desperately missed Durant. Not only his scoring, but Manuch also his length on the court as well.
Let me cut you out, Jimmy. I know that. I just want to do they have the supporting cast aside the other two positions, Nurkic,
right,
and whomever starts at that other forward position, or a small guard position, or even point guard. Are the Eric Gordons of the world? Are the other guys going to be able to step up and stay with the benches that are coming off there too? Again, the Suns, 24 points off the bench,
right?
But you look at the other opposing teams, 34 to 36. And by the way, the Clippers only played 9 guys the whole game.
That's what they did.
And it's interesting. I wonder if that was kind of a message by Tyronn Lue to his team and to the opposition, maybe the Suns, maybe not, that, okay, we're getting ourselves in gear now, even though we played 34 games, to kind of set the tone for the rest of the season.
To be honest with you, I think that the bench is okay. I'm not going to say they're a great bench, but I think that they are okay, especially if you can find minutes for Bol, and he continues to score the way he did coming off the bench.
And Eric Gordon as well, too.
Eric Gordon as well. Hey, top headlines always presented by the Sports Book at Casino Arizona. It's located in the sports bar, the CAZ Sports Bar. All you got to do, just go on in, have a great time. They have 3 live betting windows as well as self-service kiosks so you can make your wagers. Once again, it's open until 8 in the morning until 11 at night. It is indeed the Sports Book at Casino Arizona. All right, so Thursday, that means that we are at a Twin Peaks. Today, we're in Tempe, so take advantage of the Blue Moon and Coors Light 29-degree man-sized drafts on special at Twin Peaks. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
The Jacksonville Jaguars control their playoff destiny. All they have to do, beat the Titans or go home. Hear the Jags in Tennessee against the Titans. Sunday at 10:30 on Fox Sports 910. Presented by HornCars.com.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Right Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheets. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheets. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric.
He's led his team in assists all the way back to like his last 2 years in Houston.
Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets.
Yeah, he's been the leading assist guy on his team for probably close to a decade now.
It's January again, and that means we're all rethinking our food choices. Daily Harvest makes sticking to your goals super simple with their chef-crafted, frozen, ready-made meals delivered right to your door. From mouth-watering smoothies to savory bowls and gluten-free pastas, Daily Harvest food is built on organic fruits and vegetables. And the best part? There is never any gluten, dairy, or ultra-refined sugars. Visit dailyharvest.com and use code HARVEST for up to $65 off your first or find your grocery freezer.
Time for the Valley Chevy dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy P on Fox Sports 910.
Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging out Twin Peaks, Tempe. That's where you can find this big crowd already on hand, enjoying the libations, and they have terrific food here too. I might add that it's a great place to hang out and have a good time. All right, who did not have a good time last night were the Phoenix Suns. They got behind early and really could never catch up against the Clippers. So it is now time for our Chevy Sounds of the Night, brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers. We'll start first, 6 minutes to go in the game, and the Suns are trying to climb back in. And here's Devin Booker doing Devin Booker things.
Bull with a ball fake on the drive and kick. Book relocates, fires over 2 blocks. Book goes.
Thank you to Channel 3, Arizona's family.
That's how it, okay, here they go.
Yep.
All right, get booked in a game, and you get everybody circulating. Maybe they get hot here. But then you get the Clippers go back down, they score again. So they couldn't get the stops. They're dying to get back in this game. And my only contention was, guys, D up on them. You know, again and again. But again, Harden hit a couple of big ones coming down the wire. And then you see Leonard going in the paint.
Yes.
Just not uncontested. D was on him, that little layup in there, like no big deal.
People forget how talented those two guys are, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They are immensely talented NBA players. All right, so we talked a little bit about Bol getting more minutes.
Of all people.
And he is scoring in bunches. How about this? Here's a 3 from the corner.
30-point scores tonight for LA. Beal sets up Bull from the corner. Splash down for Bull.
It's just so fun to watch him play. And with his length, he's just got to try to put on a few LBs. That's all.
At that point, made it 125 to 117, Jimmy, with 2 minutes to go. And again, you're going, okay, if they could just hit a couple of shots, but again, they just could not get the stops. That's when Harden, and you had some good D. By Grayson Allen, getting in his grill. I mean, he was all over his grill, but he stepped back, I think, just over the half court line to make that shot. Just couldn't come back, couldn't get the key stops. couldn't get the shots. I mean, the shots were there initially for the Suns in that first quarter we talked about.
All right.
They were struggling with that scenario.
All right, let's go then do some NFL news. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday as well. The owner of the Carolina Panthers, David Tepper, fined $300,000 for tossing a drink on a fan after the fan confronted him, who had walked up the stairs toward the open box area and said something to Tepper because Carolina was getting blasted again. And Tepper tossed the drink at him. He was so upset. So here is Brandon Marshall commenting right now on the incident and on Tepper.
Panthers owner tossing drink on fan was in character. This is who he is. Excuse my language, but this owner's, and it's okay. Now you got to pay the consequences. Now you got to pay the price. Because when you look at, like, fans that have done this, that thrown drinks, they have been punished severely. All right, NFL, you keep talking about protecting the brand. We keep talking about, like, we got to do the right things, and we're held to a higher standard. What are you going to do to this guy? Don't give me no $50,000, $100,000 fine. That's peanuts to him.
What would be his consequence then? You've been around the game. What is his consequence?
I want to see Tepper doing community service on the side of the road.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to see him in mandatory therapy, anger management. Yes,
some anger management.
6 weeks. Yes, a public apology.
You know, it's interesting. That's the one thing right there where he said a public apology that Tepper has not come out with.
Right.
They did fine him $300,000. And I think Brandon Marshall's right on. You know, if you're going to have the players get suspended or fined, or I remember in Ursay, he had the got pulled up for the drugs and what have you.
Right.
I don't know how many games he was suspended for, what the fine was. But I think that you got to hold these NFL owners to a higher standard. And it seems like the way he let Frank Reich go, some of the other assistant coaches, quite frankly, to Brandon Marshall's, I should say, comments, is a total jackass. And I think we've seen that. You've got to restrain yourself. It's kind of like, look, if you're an owner or even if you're a player, fans are going to get upset. They're going to call you anything and everything in the book and then some. Hell, I had some of the Buffalo fans call me stuff I never knew existed, for crying out loud.
I still call you some of those words.
But I think that to their point, yeah, you got if you're an owner, you got to be held to a higher standard. That is
agreed.
That is inexcusable. The guy walked up to your window when it's open and hollered a few expletive deletives at you. Just go. If I'm the owner, I'm like, look, I'm going to do my best for you. I'll do whatever I can. And by the way, let me comp you the next game or whatever, something like that. Turn that bad boy around. This guy's got some issues. Maybe you should go to the Draymond Green School of Counseling. Anger management.
That would have been Draymond. Draymond would have been throwing.
You imagine
he would have been throwing rights and lefts.
Imagine Tepper and Draymond Green in that session. I think the therapist would have got up and walked out the room.
Here's more from the QB of Carolina, Bryce Young, and also Shaq Thompson on Tepper throwing the drink on a fan.
To be honest with you, I know that he put out a statement. I don't know what the state. I didn't read the statement, so I don't have really the information on it. So I don't want to comment without having all that information.
You can't do that. You know what I mean? No, I don't advise nobody to throw a drink on nobody. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But I'll let him address that.
All right, $300,000. Manuch, the guy's a billionaire. I don't know how many times over. That's like 50 cents to you and me.
Yeah, you know what? And also for the reporter asked the two players, what do you want them to say? Yeah, I mean, they're going to go the company line. Like, you know what? I'm sure the commission will take care of it. We don't agree with it. I thought Shaq Thompson there said, look, I don't agree with it. What else are you going to say?
Yeah, that's all you can say.
The guy, cutting your paychecks for you, number one. And I think the reporters kind of put them in a innocuous situation there.
I agree.
Hey, your owner did this, and this. Hey, I don't agree with it. And then move on.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you saw Bryce Young. He's hemming and hawing. He's like, well, I guess he came out with a statement, and what do you want him to say?
Yeah,
I think there's some things reporters got to understand that you don't go down that road.
Well, it was ridiculous for that to be even brought up to those players.
Sure.
Because they're on the field. They never even saw it until maybe later when they saw it online.
And what are you going to say? You're going to hammer your owner?
Yeah, you're not doing
the
that.
Guys, what are you going to say? Yeah, he's Tepper. He's a real jackass.
Yeah.
Nobody in this locker room likes the guy. We didn't like what he did with Frank Reich and some of the assistants that got let go. I mean, they're not going to they're gonna temper their comments about Tepper, if you will. You feel me on that there, Jimmy?
I just looked at you and I'm just shaking my head. Golly. Sometimes people don't
I amaze you
understand.
sometimes, right, Jimmy?
People don't understand how difficult it is sometimes to work with you.
Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
I got you.
Thank you.
Don't worry.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you very much. There it is. Sounds of the night, driven by your Valley Chevy dealers. And you can see your Valley Chevy dealers today. Red tag sales event still going on, and it still is the season for a new Chevy. So see your Valley Chevy dealers today. All right, Manuch, on the NFL, while we're discussing that just a little bit, and we're going to get into this later in the show, but your boy, Brock Purdy, get that buzzer ready.
No, that's disrespect. We're not going to do the buzzer when we do that.
Okay.
No, we're not. Not doing that, Shu. That's disrespectful. Yeah, for what a young man did. And don't make me have to come on the other side of that glass. But yeah, I got cousins, Shu. So just make sure you see a black limo. Just check yourself. So anyway, yeah, he got named as a Pro Bowl starting quarterback. He and Tua going to be the Pro Bowl starting quarterbacks. He and Christian McCaffrey, that being Brock Purdy, got the most votes. And you just wonder, how did Ayuk and Debo?
I have no idea.
Not make it. I mean, I don't get that. Understand. I'm like, these two guys are close to 1,000 yards, over 1,000 yards. They spread the ball, and it just shows to show you sometimes, the voting. Who's ever in the eyes of the beholder as far as voting. But I feel good for Brock to see what he's done this year, to be in the running for the MVP, and then to be the most votes and to be that Pro Bowl quarterback for the NFC.
All right, everybody, quick timeout as we hang out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Coming up next, Sun Devils assistant head coach Charlie Regal is going. He's presented by Crest Insurance. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Behold. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Former Suns point guard Ricky Rubio announced his retirement from the NBA. He averaged 13 points and 9 assists in his lone season with Phoenix in 2020. Connor Ingram is in goal for the Coyotes. They entertain the Islanders for Jason Zucker, suspended 3 games by the NHL for his hit on the Panthers' Nick Cousins on Tuesday. Pac-12 men's basketball is back in action tonight with 10th-ranked Arizona hosting Colorado, while Arizona State entertains Utah. Safety Buda Baker, the only Cardinals player named to the 2024 Pro Bowl, his 6th selection in 7 seasons. The Cardinals back on the practice field today. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Let the experts at Level 5 Lighting, all-in-one exterior permanent LED lighting, brighten up your world. Level 5 lights work with Alexa, Google Home, and Control4 smart home systems, so lighting up your home for any holiday, sporting events, security, or accent lighting has never been brighter. Calling sports enthusiasts. Get ready for your favorite game day. Get your lights installed with this month's special. 12 months, no interest financing if you qualify. Go to level5lighting.com to request a free quote. That's level5lighting.com. Level 5 Lighting, Arizona's outdoor LED experts.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Learn on Row does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Learn on Row has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Learn on Row today.
Learn and Row is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together Patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Denise has been playing jazz for 40 years. Last concert, one of the musicians fell sick with RSV. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems. This time, she's choosing to help protect herself with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory tract disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, in adults 60 years of age and older. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weak
Is my biggest fear as a person who has a 9-year-old and 2 dogs in the house.
Headache, pain.
Every time I leave the house, I'm afraid that I've left something that could start a fire.
About Pfizer's
So I very much understand that happening.
syncytial virus vaccine. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit Abrysvo.
I'm always double checking like that. I leave the microwave on, that
Check
just
out
all
what
sorts of
DraftKings
stuff.
has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings. The
Yeah, because
crown is
we have the
yours.
2 dogs
Gambling
that will
problem?
just,
Call
they'll find a way to get
1-800-GAMBLER.
into stuff.
Age and eligibility
So I'm just
restrictions
always
apply.
worried.
Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com.
Right, that
for
I've
details.
been left on before in the house too.
Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging out here today, Twin Peaks at the Tempe Marketplace. Great crowd already on hand, and we are here until 4 o'clock this afternoon on Fox Sports 910. Charlie Regal joins us, presented by Crest Insurance Group. That is Crest Insurance Group, offering personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to Crestons.com. Charlie, Happy New Year to you. Let us start first, because you did it. You kept the Washington Huskies offense in check most of the game, despite the fact you lost at the end. Has the Michigan coaches called you and talked to you about how your defense was able to do that?
And did you get your consulting fee amped up a little bit too, Charlie?
That's even more important. And I take that in wings. You know, barbecue, Parmesan garlic. That's my negotiating rate right there. First of all, afternoon and Happy New Year to you guys.
Thank you.
I'm excited for this one. I think it is going to be a fantastic matchup, and I really think that Washington has a chance to walk away with from this thing a national champion. And you know what a fitting way, ironically, right, for the Pac-12 to go out as it ends its final season as a conference with the national champion.
Yeah, Charlie, it's interesting because people talk about physicality and lack thereof, and they always point at the Pac-12 as, well, can they handle the physicality of the Alabamas and the Michigans and this and that? Why is it such a bad rap against the teams in the Pac-12 when you looked at the USCs? You guys were very physical. Washington, Oregon, is that just one of those facades or old wives' tales?
Yeah, it's East Coast bias.
Where does that come from?
You know, I think that's a great point, and I think personally that thing derived many years ago, because I do think if you go back, some time ago, the Pac-12 was out in front of a lot of the other conferences in terms of throwing the football.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of evolved into, they throw the ball out there. It's a softer brand of football, and I think that, in some facets, in terms of that being true, in terms of throwing the ball more, but there was still plenty of teams out here running the football. And, I have all the respect in the world for the SEC. And I think it is a tremendous conference. But But I think like anything, when you get a little hype behind it, it goes beyond the brand, so to speak.
Sure.
And, I know we were a decent Cal team in 2019, and we went into Ole Miss, and ended up being a close game, but we physically put it on them pretty good. And I think that the upper echelon of teams in each league is certainly respectable. But I think when you look over the course of it, I think sometimes those misnomers get overblown, and I think that's what's happened to the Pac-12 in terms of pass first, run second, and though I think sometimes it's true, I don't think obviously that always holds up.
Charlie, when you guys played this Washington team, and what a hell of a game you guys had. I thought it was probably you guys' best game with one of those top opponents in the nation. But what is it about the Huskies that you like versus Michigan that maybe a lot of folks or the lay person watching games doesn't see or recognize?
Well, and obviously, let me say this, obviously being out here in the Pac-12 and growing up on the West Coast, Southwest, I certainly recognize that I have a little bit bias.
Sure.
Have some guys on that staff at UW that I'm pulling for. But, when you strip it all away and you look just at the football, right? I think that this game comes down to, I really believe that it's kind of the game within the game. And I think it held true really in the Texas UW game. And I think, statistically speaking, Michigan is one of the top defenses in the country. And I think it's going to come down to who can control the football and not turn it over. Can Washington's offensive line, which they have one of the better offensive lines, and they're extremely well coached by a Phoenix native in Scott Huff, who went to Horizon High School, has done a heck of a job with those guys up front. And can they put that in it? And, Texas was known for having a great defensive line, and they did at times get pressure on him. But his pocket presence was really, really good in that game against Texas. And I think that, if they can do the same thing and not turn the ball over, I just think those receivers for UW are going to be hard to cover. And I just think that that is going to be the game within the game. I think it's going to be Michigan's defensive front. Can they get pressure and force turnovers? If they can, I think it's too much for those guys to ask them to hold up in coverage. And I think UW wins the game if they can protect him.
Michigan runs the ball extremely well, Charlie. Do you see that possibly being also a key to the game where they can control the clock and shorten the game a little bit just by taking control and using that brilliant running game?
Well, and again, I agree with you. I think they are they do run the ball well, but I think that UW has faced teams that that have ran the ball maybe not as well, but certainly good enough. And I think in order to eat the clock and keep the ball out of UW's hands, you're going to have to commit to running the ball full time, and you're going to have to be pretty dominant at doing that. I didn't see that kind of domination from Michigan in the Alabama game, and I just don't know that they can do that, convincingly for 60 minutes.
Assistant head coach of the Sun Devils, that being Charlie Ragle, joining us here on the Right Toyota Guest Line. Kalen DeBoer, talk about a turnaround, all the things he's done up there. What is it about his coaches and his staffs, Charlie? You know this man in reference to what he's done up there at UW. There's been several guys that could not get Washington back to the prominence they were many years ago. What is it he's doing or he brought to this program to get them on the national scene again?
Well, I think that obviously timing and being at the right place at the right time is a piece of everything you do with success. And, I've known Kalen for a long time when I was coaching high school here and he was recruiting out here, and, when he was at Eastern Michigan, he came down when I was down south and, got him in to see some practice. So I've developed a relationship with him over the course of the last decade. I think what he's done is he's really put together, he came in there to UW when they were down a little bit after one season. But he still had some talent. I think what he did is bring in a very, very good staff, a lot of guys that had worked together, and they had a really sound plan. and I think that you've watched them over the last 2 years stick to who they are.
3.
I think that's probably the biggest compliment that I would give them is they know who they are and they play to their strengths. And obviously Penix has a lot to do with that. And I think obviously this time of year when you're playing for championships, usually you have a pretty good quarterback. But I think they knew who they were from the very beginning and have stuck with that. And even when teams and people tried to turn them off this year, saying, oh, poo-poo, they almost got beat by ASU. They played a couple of their games tight. They said, hey, we know how to win those tight games. Where last year, they came here to Sun Devil Stadium and got beat, So I think they've done a great job of coaching to their strengths, and I think that's why they're playing for a national championship on Monday night.
Charlie, take me to your school, ASU, right now. And where are you guys as far as the portal is concerned? Are you done with the portal, or when it opens up again, are you going to be diving back in? Can you divulge any information?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are back in the office. Today was our first day back. Had I known you guys were going to be at the Tempe Marketplace, I'd have probably skipped and met you there. However,
would have been great.
You know what? We do have some visitors coming in this weekend that have been in the portal. So the window, it has been a dead period, but it opens back up over these next few days up until Sunday. So we do have a handful of young men coming in here from the portal that we will host this weekend, and we put the finishing touches on these transfers and get ready. Our guys go back into starting school on Monday, the 8th. I believe it's the 8th on Monday, and start getting ready for winter conditioning and all the off-season work. Will start here in the next week to 2 weeks. We're going to finish up this weekend with one last round of recruits.
It's always good, pal, when you take time with us. Enjoy, and let's watch some football for that championship game.
Happy New Year, Coach.
Happy New Year, Charlie.
Appreciate you guys. Should be a great game, and as always, go Devils.
There you go. Charlie Rangel. He's courtesy of Crest Insurance Group, insurance group that offers personal business and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to crestons.com. All right, Michigan got some NCAA, I guess, allegations and notices of recruiting violations. What's going to happen with that? Man, we'll try to sort it all out for you. It's coming up next in our Football at 50. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B hanging out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe.
Clear.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Jim Harbaugh, what a crazy year. You don't think this is enough? I have no idea why people don't think he should have to finish the job. Win the championship. It's there for the taking. They've had the best team. They're undefeated. Why in the world should people act like he doesn't have to win? Why shouldn't he?
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 5, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
A will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Let the experts at Level 5 Lighting, all-in-one exterior permanent LED lighting, brighten up your world. Take advantage of this month's special offer, 12 months of no-interest financing. For details, go to level5lighting.com to request a free quote. That's level5lighting.com.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil Men's Basketball. Onward to victory.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me, free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Have you heard about the new offer from PlumSmart? They're going to come to your home and do a free home energy efficiency report card. Now that we're past summer, PlumSmart can breathe a little bit, and they want to help you out by testing your home for leaks in your air duct. Did you know that 70% of all homes have leaks in their air duct? So if you want to get your energy efficient from PlumSmart, it's just plumsmart.com or call 480-654-8865. Tell them Jody sent you.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in wash beads.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, everybody, Football at 50, presented by Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Patio in Phoenix. Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar. It's a family restaurant. You can dine in or take out. Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar at Cave Creek Road and the 101. It's right next to the Costco. Full menu at uppercrustwinebar.com. All right, welcome back. We continue talking our little Football at 50 here about Jim Harbaugh and Michigan. Manuch has got some information on that because Michigan gets the NCAA notice of recruiting violation.
Yeah, and it's interesting because here we are on the precipice, on the eve,
yes,
of their Washington-Michigan national title game, and they asked Jim Harbaugh about this yesterday, about the potential NCAA sanctions, and to Jim Harbaugh, I said, look, it's no time for Rumorville. He maintains the looming possibility of the NCAA vacating, keyword vacating, the number 1 ranked Wolverines victories during the 2023 season is nowhere near the team's radar before the college football playoff national championship on Monday night in Houston that I alluded to. What's he going to say?
Yeah.
I mean, he just said, hey, look, we're thinking about one phase of the game here. We're thinking about Monday night. We're here to win it, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't know what reporters are looking to get out of him, but there could be that potential of what happened. Could you imagine that Michigan wins the national title,
right?
And about, a month from now, the NCAA says, well, because of this, and this, recruiting gate, and Signal Gate and Jim Harbaugh Gate or whatever other gates they are that surround.
My pants are on fire gate.
For Michigan, that they pull the victories in the national title game, and if basically it would fall back to the Huskies.
Yes.
I mean, this thing is
what a joke.
So ridiculous. It's beyond that. I think that the one thing they're looking at is, okay, Michigan already self-imposed what they did with Jim Harbaugh.
They did.
Now, from here on out, what's Michigan? What's the NCAA going to do any more than that? I don't know. Maybe suspend Jim Harbaugh if he stays with Michigan for the first 5 games of next year, which he already did that.
Yeah, last
year.
season, yeah.
And then he had another 3. What did he miss? 7 games total this year because of recruiting gate, because of film gate, because whatever. And I don't know. I just think that sometimes the NCAA gets in its own way. It's like, okay,
no,
this is ridiculous. Let's move on.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Manuch. And to be honest with you, look, I'm a Seattle guy. I'd love to see Washington win.
Sure.
But on the other hand, because of what you just pontificated about, I think it would be really, really interesting if Michigan wins the game and they got to hand that trophy to Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, my gosh. The irony of it all, Jimmy. Yeah, we're going to hand this to you, but we're going to kind of tug on it back that they hold it, and then he's got to give it back 3 months from now.
Remember, they did take Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy away.
Well, here's the thing, too. The NCAA is so slow. It'll be 2026 before they take the victories and the trophy away from them. At that time, it's what's the use, NCAA?
Exactly. Well, it's what's the use anyway.
I agree.
Because everybody will see what will take place on the field, and we will have a winner, either Washington or Michigan.
NCAA is such a joke.
They are.
Such a joke.
All right, NFL teams, this coming weekend. It's the final regular season weekend. Manuch, I don't know what the hell to do in fan pick'em. I'm really struggling. There are so many players that are sitting out. I don't know who to select.
Or when we do our dog picks this afternoon in the next hour, who do you go with? And then tomorrow we're going to have our 2 locks. Who do you go with? But it's just interesting. You look at, you got Tyler Huntley's going to start for Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
Yep.
Blaine Gabbert's going to start for Patrick Mahomes. Sam Darnold's going to start for Brock Purdy. Jeff Driscoll's going to get the start for Joe Flacco in Cleveland.
Wasn't he here in Arizona for a while?
Carson Wentz will get the start for the Rams and Matthew Stafford. So you kind of look at that. And here's the one thing, though. Probably the most important game where I think everybody is all hands on deck. There may be one other. I think the Chicago-Green Bay game.
That's important.
Texans-Colts. But the Bills and Miami.
Yes.
Miami's got to win to win the AFC East. Bills have got to win in order to make the playoffs. So that game's Sunday night. Thank God that they flexed that to Sunday night football on NBC. Hallelujah. The National Football League does something. They get in their own way a lot, but this is a smart one for a lot of Bills fans and Dolphins fans.
You know, if you would have told me that at the end of the year we would get a Carson Wentz, Sam Darnold matchup, I'd be down with that. I would have bet money on that right away.
What is this, 2015 all over again? Carson Wentz in Philadelphia, Matthew Stafford in Detroit. I mean, going back at, I think what is interesting, though, is if you get the matchup of Detroit and the LA Rams.
Yes.
And if it'll be in Detroit because they've got the
higher record.
That Stafford's going back to Detroit, and Jared Goff's going to play against his old Rams team. That's something you go, only Hollywood can make that kind of stuff happen.
It's terrific. All right, there you go. That is indeed our football at 50. Now it's time for our random, senseless, useless, did you know facts of the day, always presented by your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today for the Red Tag Sales event. Still the season. You might as well jump on it and have some fun. Buy yourself a new Chevy. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Jimmy, this one you probably could have told us is basically the first basketball was a soccer ball.
Mm-hmm.
So you wonder when they actually started developing, the first basketball, because I saw some of those initial basketballs. You probably have a couple in your trophy room.
I knew you were going to say that.
That's when the first games started back in the 1890s. That was the best option available. And you said the Cagers, because I learned from you one, Jimmy Brinson.
Yep.
That they had the fence around the court.
They had the cage around there, yes.
And the peach basket, for the thing.
So the ball wouldn't get away from them.
and for a lot of them, get into the stands or whatever it was like that. So that is our random, senseless, youthless. Did you know facts today brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealer?
You know, it's interesting. I don't think hardly anybody really equates that there were no basketballs back then, and they had to use some sort of ball. But soccer has been played forever,
and the
so
other
that's
thing,
how they did that.
The other thing I learned is they didn't dribble a lot early on.
Correct.
It was you had to pass, I don't know, 4 or 5 teams, almost like team handball is now. You could dribble once or twice, pass it, throw it here, throw it there. By the way, I wasn't too bad at team handball, like crushing that ball in the net. But I mean, it was, you just kind of look back at the old and see how it's evolved by now. Well, now it's too much dribbling. They hardly ever pass the ball.
That's not true.
I know it's not.
I watched the game last night. Both those teams, the Suns and the Clips, man, do they move the basketball. They really do. Sensational stuff. So at any rate, we're coming up, everybody. Hour number 2. We're going to catch up with network football analyst Yogi Roth. And also, it'll be our Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em contest. You get a chance to win a $25 man card. It's all coming up in the next hour. We're hanging out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the
You there, Jimmy B? Yes, sir.
Points and 9 assists in his lone season with the team in 2020. I'm Frank Arity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, we'll look for mostly sunny skies as the afternoon progresses, but we are going to see a chilly day with temperatures only in those upper 50s for today. Tonight, those temperatures dipping down into the upper 30s with mostly clear skies. For the Fox 10 weather experts.
We'll record that next break, Jimmy B. Okay.
Mattress Firm's once-a-year sale and clearance. You can save up to 60% on select mattresses. Plus, score a free adjustable base on qualifying purchases. Here's to better sleep in 2024. The right mattress matters, and Mattress Firm will find yours.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, a disaster of a basketball game downtown last night. The Clippers came in, just put the chokehold on the Suns and ran away and hid in that contest. Suns made a run late in the fourth quarter, got to within 7, and then again the Clippers put their foot down on the gas pedal and drove away. Welcome, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM, HD2, also on the iHeartRadio app, as we broadcast live today here in Tempe from the Tempe Marketplace at Twin Peaks. Manuch, what's your biggest takeaway of what the Clips did last night to the Suns?
Well, I think they came out from the get-go, and they got after the Suns. I didn't see that energy and that push by the Suns initially. I mean, this is your home court. I mean, I would have thought they'd have taken the initiative. Would like to have seen a little more, not that there was any want to out there, but I mean, you saw this team go up by 15 after the first quarter, 35-20. Now they were hitting on all cylinders, and the Suns came out, cold. They missed a few shots, but I think at that point, you come out in the second quarter, you give up another 35 points.
Right.
So, we talk about defense, lack of defense, no defense. You gave up 70 points to the LA Clippers. Now, they got dudes. I get it.
They do have dudes.
They had their big three all playing.
Yep.
They had their big center playing, and they had their bench. Everybody was healthy.
Westbrook off the bench.
They only played 9 guys. But it seemed to me, what I took away from that game is that the Clippers came out, wanted to make a statement a little bit on the Suns, put their foot on their throat and crush them. And they didn't slow down. They came out in the second half. They put 61 on the Suns just to kind of make a statement game. And I think for Suns fans like myself and maybe for that Suns team, you can't allow that to happen on your home court. That's the biggest thing I took away from Jimmy.
Fair enough on that. I will say this about the Suns. They definitely missed Kevin Durant last night. They not only did they miss his scoring, but they missed his length as well as far as playing defense and grabbing rebounds. But they really, 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 when you play against a team similar to the Clippers, a team similar to the Denver Nuggets, a team similar to the Golden State Warriors, in order for the Suns to be successful at the end of the season, they will indeed have to have all 3 of the so-called big 3 on the court.
Yeah, as opposed to make 7 points, you could have used his 29 points.
Yeah.
Because when you look at it, I mean, the Suns starting 5, only 3 in double figures. Bill had 21. Allen had 10. And then Book, he's the big scorer, 35. You look at their entire starting lineup, everybody except for Zubac, who had 6, which was really low for him.
It is.
But the other 4, Mann, Harden, Leonard, and George, you had 22, 30, 33, and 12.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you missed Kevin Durant. So that's why, you tip your hat to the Clippers.
Absolutely.
When these two are playing each other with all hands on deck, everybody got their top 2 teams. Let's say a month from now. It's about mid-February, get toward the end of February. You're starting to see teams, I think, Jim, you know this better than anybody, starting to solidify their rotation, starting to solidify that chemistry, starting to solidify, who's going to do this and do what, and then adjust to the teams you're going to see in the playoffs. I think that at that point will I get not so much overly anxious, but if I see this a month from now and the Clippers hammering the Suns like they did, I might go, ooh, wow. Did they make any adjustments from what they saw in the first week of January?
That's more than fair. All right, so on the ice last night, it was a situation for the Coyotes, and I shouldn't say last night, the previous night. Now they are back on the ice this evening. They lost to Florida 4-1 on Tuesday night, and their record now is 19-15-2. They will play the Islanders this evening in Tempe.
Yeah, and two, not that they're ever on track, but again, you protect that home ice at the Mullet, right? I think those are some of the things you want to do. And then you got Winnipeg coming in here on Sunday. So again, you get a day off, you make the adjustments. I'm just seeing a more, not so much prepared, but a more energized team, even though they had 3 goals unanswered in the last game that you talked about.
In the third period.
Against Florida. Florida's a good team. Yeah, they're a very good team.
They are.
But I think that you want to protect that ice. You want to continue to improve. And this team right now, when you watch them, you go, wow, this is a team when they hit on all cylinders and their goalie play is spot on. Quite frankly, we saw them win 5 in a row, which were 5 Stanley Cup champions about a month ago. So I feel pretty good about this team moving forward. And they can't go into that lull, that January, February lull, and lose the kind of momentum that they have right now.
Basketball tonight in Tempe as well. Sun Devils, they will host Utah, a very good team in Utah. And here's what's the ironic part about this is what happened to the Sun Devils a few games back where they got hammered downtown at the Footprint Center. And everybody thought, well, it's the end of the world and they're going to get smoked when they go to the Bay Area to play Stanford and Cal. Wasn't the case. They won both of those games on the road.
Yeah, they had almost a week off, Jimmy. It seemed like that they could work the bugs out. They looked a lot of tape, film, worked on several things before they won that Stanford and Cal games last weekend, especially Stanford. And I mean, you watched Collins, you watched his team kind of get into gear a little quicker. And as we also recollect, there's been games they've given up a lot of points early on, and they've had to struggle to get back in the game. So you got Colorado, you got Utah coming in, you got Colorado coming in. Both very good teams. You look at both of these teams, and I think they're both 11-2. Going to be a lot of good basketball. Can they sustain
That's the key.
What they garnered last week in the games tonight and this Saturday?
Devils 8-5 overall. Arizona will host Colorado tonight and then play Utah on the weekend. Colorado is very good as well. And this is going to be, can the Wildcats get back in sync after what has happened to them?
Every once in a while, they have one of those games.
A real clunker.
And we had Steve Garcia on yesterday from 1450 a.m. in Fox Sports down in Tucson. And he talked about sometimes you just scratch your head. And I think for Coach Lloyd, he scratches his head too. Because I watched the highlights of the game. I didn't watch the game, the highlights of the game. And it was like, get back on D. Why are you shooting that one? It just seems like you get so many good athletes, Jimmy, that tend to, I think, get off script. And then the Coach Lloyd is one of those guys that says, guys, we can't do that. These are good teams we're playing. Purdue, outstanding team. That was a hard-fought game. That was a good game. But, I mean, a game against Stanford, not that you should blow the doors off them, but you should win that one going away.
You should. I was like just stunned when I saw the score from that game. Anyway, the Lopes are in action tonight as well. They are on the road. They're playing against Southern Utah. And I found it real interesting about they are going to be favored, meaning Grand Canyon, now in conference play in every game that they play. And they're matched up against Southern Utah tonight.
I think that's one of the things that they're going to get into from that standpoint. The only Pro Bowler for the Cardinals, that being Buda Baker.
That's him.
You know what? And sometimes, and Jackson, I want you to chime in on this. Sometimes I watch guys that are Pro Bowlers, okay? We talked about Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, quarterbacks are Purdy and Dak Prescott. Makes sense. Buda Baker, you know what? I didn't see the Pro Bowl player in him this year, that we've seen in the past several years.
Well,
now,
he did miss some games with an injury.
Yeah, okay, but I'm still saying I didn't see as far as a lot of missed tackles, a lot of out of positioning, and I know that there's a few parents that are chirping about their kids not getting into it, Jax.
Yeah, and say what you want to say about Pro Bowls or All-Star games and stuff like that, but when it comes to incentives, it matters, and especially for a guy like Antoine Winfield Jr. of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, having a great year. 117 tackles, 5 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, 5 sacks as a safety, 3 interceptions in all 16 games he's played so far. Budda Baker, on the other hand, 77 tackles and 0 in every single category, like I listed. So Antoine Winfield Sr., being the parent, being a legendary safety, and he has a point coming out saying, we need a recount. And obviously, with people opting out of the Pro Bowl and people making the Super Bowl, I think he's got a good opportunity to make the game still. But it's still in a contract year. He's pissed. He said, "My little man with no stats," like him referring to Budda Baker. He deserves to be in this bowl or in this Pro Bowl. You look at some of the other teams that didn't have a Pro Bowler: Commanders, Packers, Patriots, Panthers. Definitely one being Antoine Winfield Sr., and he's got a point. Him being a parent, protecting his son, but you look at the stats, you wonder why he didn't make it, and from that standpoint, fan voting definitely controls more of the Pro Bowl game.
Does Budda Baker, in your estimation, Manuch, get in with his past history of being that star player?
No, it's what you do. What have you done for me lately? It should be based on what you have done this year. That's why, to Jax's point, sometimes it's a popularity contest because half these people voting, they haven't watched Budda Baker this year. And for Whitfield Sr., he's got a point.
He does.
I mean, I don't know if the Chads weren't quite right. Did they go and recount the Chads?
The hanging Chads.
But I agree. I think that it should be the merit of what is going on because Budda Baker had a very subpar year. Let's call it like it is.
Well, also, too, to that point, I think the front seven also had a really bad year for the Arizona Cardinals. And whenever your safety, I feel as if is the leading tackler, there's some issues in your defense.
A lot of issues.
Safeties is the 77 tackles is the leading tackler. I mean, you had a lot of guys subbing in and out too, Manuch, but he was in a bigger role than probably more expected.
Here's the thing, and that's very misleading right there because he had to tackle him because of the poorest front seven that you're alluding to. And oh my gosh, he had 77 tackles. He must be an all-pro guy again. Well, he had to because, great point, the poorest front seven that you have. But after that, I didn't see him create a lot of havoc, a lot of fumbles. Talked about the lack of interceptions, all the above. And Whitfield Jr., he had a hell of a year, phenomenal year. So to answer your point, Jimmy, it should be based on people actually watching and voting on what they're seeing versus what they're looking at and having a past reputation.
I was just going to say the past reputation, it always seems to factor in, though.
And what does that happen the most at? In baseball.
Yes.
You see that in baseball, sometimes in basketball, but I think with the Pro Bowls, as far as the fan voting, that is huge. So I know that Whitfield Sr.'s got to be a little unhappy because guess what, guys? There are called incentives in your contract.
You got it.
And that could be worth $1 million, $500,000. I mean, Whitfield Sr. could be saying, "Man, that's another addition to the garage at the Whitfield house. My boy could front me another, I don't know, $100,000.
Sure, I can get that done."
But guys, that's why guys are sensitive. They're going, "Who's watching?" Because that's money out of their pocket.
I'm with you on that. Hey, everybody, we're broadcasting live today from Twin Peaks here in Tempe. Great crowd already here. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and we are here until 4 o'clock. Coming up, it'll be our Lerner and Rowe one call. That's all. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
All season long, your home for some of the
That is correct. Whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Catering menu at venezias.com.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers. Or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end. Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball, onward to victory.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Experience world-class service at a local, family-owned group of auto dealerships at Horn Auto. Horn Auto Group believes in giving back to the community and treating customers with old-fashioned service for the best experience and value. Check out horncars.com and their 14 locations in Arizona. Get a complimentary multi-point inspection to keep your vehicle running road ready. That's HORNE cars.com. You're at home with Horn.
It's Macy's one-day sale tomorrow with great deals of the day, like 40 to 60% off handbags, shoes, and accessories to complete any look. 50 to 65% off on-trend coats for her, and
Sun's highlight.
Designer bedding from Hotel Collection and more.
So it's Booker hitting his 3.
Even faster when
you guys can talk about the Suns, and then when you want to do the underdog picks, just throw to the open.
Prices, exclusions apply.
It's the
Looked great on the first drive, man. Looked great. It's feeling so good.
If you're looking for a
I turn the game off.
yeah, just make one call. That's all. At the 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Ball with a ball fake on the drive and kick. Book relocates, fires over Zubas. Book goes. Boom.
You're hot.
Thank you to Channel 3, Arizona's family, for the highlight from last night's game as the Clippers got by the Phoenix Suns, and they did it in fine fashion. That is our Lerner and Rowe one call. In a wreck, need a check? Just make one call, 602-977-1900, always at lernerandrowe.com, and you can get a free consultation. Again, Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all, 602-977-1900. So it is a loss to the Clippers, who, by the way, I think now have won 12 of their last 14 and are rolling after the James Harden trade where they lost 5 in a row, and now they've figured it out, Manuch. This team, meaning the LA Clippers, is dangerous.
Yeah, they are, and they're going to be dangerous. I think that's one thing a lot of folks talked about is, okay, the Harden question. I think the question has been answered. I think that he's bought in, he's dialed in. But Jimmy, you and I and Shu were talking yesterday about the Suns, not giving up 60 points in a half. That was kind of one of the areas we talked about their defense, that if they could eliminate that. And if there was always an Achilles heel in the Monty Williams era when the Suns made the run for the title against the Bucks, and then the following year when they scored, they had 64 wins. Monty Williams always said, if we can hold teams below 60, we know we got a good shot.
In the first half.
In the first half, or first or second half, either half. And he mentioned that. He says, every time we give, and I'll never forget this, we give up 60 or more, we as our team have a pretty good chance of losing that game. But you can't give up, and the Suns are falling to that nemesis, I feel, more and more this year specifically. Now, a lot of that is the big three aren't on the court. A lot of it is lack of defense. And you heard Frank Vogel say about a week and a half ago when they lost, 9 out of 12, we got to get refocused. Devin Booker said the same thing. KD said the same thing. But you cannot give up 70 points to the Clippers in the first half and then 61 in the second half.
That's correct.
And expect to win. I don't care if you got all three on the court, Durant, KD, Durant, or Bill at any particular time.
Yeah.
So I think that the defense against good teams like the Clippers, I don't know. Something's got to be suspect in reference to handling that when they move forward.
Clippers are really good and they're playing terrific basketball right now. So when we do our shows on location and we're here at Twin Peaks in Tempe, it's always fun when listeners come up and talk to us. And so Paul, who is an avid listener, had a question and he wrote it down. So I'll read it, Manuch. And then
can you read that?
Kind of, yeah. I think I can.
Did you get your pharmaceutical degree?
I can decipher.
Yeah, that's like the doctor's writing.
It's like Sanskrit. Okay, so here was the question now from listener Paul. What do you guys think about trying to get Marcus Smart before the trade deadline? Marcus Smart is playing in Memphis. He's playing well. Memphis is struggling because they had no Ja Morant for those 25 games. However, since Morant has come back, they are playing much better basketball.
Boy, I like the thought.
I like the thought.
I don't know what the Suns can give up. I don't know what his salary number is. But, I mean, it sounds like it'd be a good move. I really believe the Suns are going to make a move. Is it a point guard? Is it a mark? Is it somebody like? Is it another scorer? I mean, they've got,
I think, enough scoring.
Well,
they need somebody to set the table.
They got 3 good scorers, but I mean, you maybe could throw in there Gordon as another scorer. You got Grayson Allen as a scorer, but I right now I think with the Western Conference, I don't think you can have enough scorers. And where would Marcus Smart fit in with this Suns team?
Well, he would run the point. There's no question about that.
So, I think the common denominator on a weekly basis for the Suns is the turnover scenario. Again, 16 turnovers again last night. If there's one area that you could use a true, air quotes, point guard, that would be, hey, I'd be all for something like that.
I just have a hard time with the Grizzlies trying to, revamp their season, turn around their season, to just trade away Marcus Smart when they just got him in the offseason. I just have a really hard time thinking that Marcus Smart would go for guys like Nasir Little, Yuta Watanabe, and what other picks they could add on that. Because they're going to have, if they do want Marcus Smart, they're going to have to give up either Grayson Allen or Eric Gordon.
Yeah,
I'm with you
I
on
agree
that.
with that. And I was just going to say that then who would go? Who'd be the one going out the door?
Yeah, the chip piece. Yep. It's a difficult decision. And to be honest with you, they are not in a great position, meaning the Suns, as far as giving up a major piece.
I do think, though, a guy like Tyus Jones would be very intriguing from the Wizards. A point guard, or a guy like TJ O'Connell, who you're trying to get earlier.
Yep.
Those are type of players, your tier 3 guards that you could probably get to run the offense.
So, Jimmy, do you think you watch this Suns team? Is it working without a true point guard per se?
Sometimes, and then not sometimes. And you saw it last night. It didn't work that well without a true point guard. You put so much pressure on Booker to try to maintain his offensive game, yet still be a distributor. And I think that's real problematic. And it's even more problematic when you play a team like the Clippers, like Denver, like Golden State. It will raise its ugly head even more. All right, let's get to some fun here a little bit, all right? It is called for everyone to see Oh, it is our underdog picks.
$1 zillion. The question is, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Most weekend bettors prefer to lay their money down on favorites because they can't get their head around backing an underdog. Not Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. They're all about the dogs. Time now for the guys' dog picks of the week on Fox Sports 910.
All right, everybody, we are going to roll out some selections, but Jax, update us on what took place last week.
Yeah, we'll start from last to first place. Last, our boy Shu back in the iHeartRadio studios. 2-7. Liberty plus 17 against Oregon, and I spoke with him before the show. Make sure that was the game line, not the first half line. It was the game line there.
Shu, I thought you were on a roll that opening drive.
That opening drive felt really good about everything I've been saying about that game, but it did not end well.
Now, Jimmy B, second to last 4-12-1, did not submit a pick. Maybe didn't have the doc in front of him. Jimmy, explain why.
Why did you play last week?
I
Jimmy?
wasn't here.
So what? You can't go on. I wasn't here either.
I was on the golf course.
You couldn't have did it like Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday when it's due?
No,
There's 3 days.
I make my mind up in 20 to 30 seconds. So as soon as I look at it.
So you don't want to be a team player.
Just like when you see my pick today, you're going to go, oh, he made that up in 30 seconds.
So tied for second place. We had Manuch and Roc both at 8 and 9. Manuch had the Raiders plus 3.5 that covered, and Roc had Detroit plus 6 that covered. And then yours truly in first place, 11 and 7.
I love how he just throws that in there.
Yeah, he does.
Mizzou plus 3.5 over Roc's Hurts Buckeyes that covered and won. So do you guys want me to take the week off?
No, we're good.
Four-game window.
Good.
Cocky little kid.
Yeah, he is. He's getting.
He's still an intern, isn't he?
He's still a little full of himself. Roc, you're number 4 right there. Buddy.
All right, sorry.
So okay, I'll Roc. You want to get it going for us? Your Eagles at the Giants. Which way are you going here?
What does it say?
Well, you tell us. You're the guy making a pick.
Yeah, I'm like trying to turn my computer on. It's 5.5 still.
Yeah, it's still 5.5. Giants at 5.5.
I am taking the Giants, and the reason why is the Eagles are 1-5 against the spread the last 6 games, and the Giants, I believe, are 5-1.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good. I'm going to go the Broncos at the Raiders. It's -3. The Raiders, Broncos getting 3. I think the Broncos to cover. I think the Broncos may even win that game, so I'm going to do the Broncos at the Raiders. 8-9 now tied with Roc.
This has nothing to do with you being in Denver all last weekend, does it?
Oh, my gosh. I don't care how well the Denver Nuggets or the Avalanche are playing. It's all about the Denver Broncos.
Oh, sure.
And Russell Wilson.
24/7. Yep, 24. That's it.
I need to correct myself because Giants were 5-1 against the spread. The Eagles were 5-1.
Oh.
So that's why I went with the Giants.
Fair enough. Since I suck, I have Miami at home getting 3 against the Buffalo Bills. The Bills absolutely, positively have to win the game. Look, Tyreek Hill's house caught on fire yesterday. I expect him to be on fire during this game and try to get that bad taste out of his mouth. That's why I'm rolling with the fish plus 3.
Did it concern you? He was walking around his house with the boot on?
Oh, yeah, I
saw
that.
The boot on.
Yeah, he did.
That's kind of I'm sure the wise guys went, he's got a boot on top of everything else.
I'm going to go Chiefs plus 3.5 against the Chargers. I trust Blaine Gabbert. I don't know if Easton Stick and this offense have things rolling. I don't know if they're motivated in this game. I like the Chiefs. Give me them plus 3.5.
All right, Shu.
Yeah, so I know it doesn't have a pick listed down for me because I have a clerical question that I need to ask. You guys all picked NFL games. Do I have to pick an NFL game?
Well, it is our underdog NFL picks.
Well, I want to take the national championship game. We were allowed to take bowl games all throughout.
We're gonna do that on Monday.
Okay, so then I will pick a different game. Then I will save that for Monday. But that would be my underdog. I would take Washington and the points.
Save it.
I will tell you, the reason why I didn't want to make a pick is because these games stink. So give me the Commanders to cover the 13 against the Cowboys.
It's like take your pick.
Yeah, I mean you never know who's going to play. Guys are just getting they're just getting put off on the side, and they're not going to be playing this Sunday. Hey everybody, the Roc and Manuch Show is always looking to grow, and we have done another sensational situation for you because it was the Roc and Manuch sandwich Then Roc and Manuch beers. Now it is the secret football menu at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler every Sunday after 3 o'clock. So you're there watching the games, you're going to get something to eat. Ask the person who is waiting your table. Say, hey, can you give me the secret Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football menu? That's BKD's Backyard Joint at Pecos and McQueen in Chandler. All right, a quick timeout. When we come back, Pac-12 play broadcaster Yogi Roth is going to be our guest. We're going to dive into the Washington Huskies, their win over Texas, and what does he expect in the championship game against Michigan. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Suns point guard Ricky Rubio announced his retirement from the NBA. He averaged 13 points and 9 assists in his only season with Phoenix in 2020. Pac-12 men's basketball tonight. 10th-ranked Arizona hosts Colorado. ASU entertains Utah. Connor Ingram in goal for the Coyotes. They host the Islanders. Forward Jason Zucker was suspended 3 games by the NHL for his hit on the Panthers' Nick Cousins on Tuesday. Safety Buda Baker was the only Cardinals player named to the 2024 Pro Bowl, his 6th selection in 7 seasons. Cardinals are back on the practice field today. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy at Venezia's. We'll work with you and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will leave everyone begging for more.
Holiday catering from Venezia's. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Year after year, Lerner Rowe is voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Lerner Rowe is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5 years alone. Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right now, waiting for your call.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me? Free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Frankie drives end-to-end, scoops it up and in with 2 seconds left. Frankie Collins end-to-end.
Join the action this season and catch USC, UCLA, Washington, and Arizona when they come to Desert Financial Arena in the final year of the Pac-12 Conference.
Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye!
Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball, onward to victory.
Hey, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continue to grow. First, it was the Roc and Manuch cheesesteak, then the Roc and Manuch lager and amber beers. Now they have taken it to another level with a secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. This is how it works. Make plans to watch all the football games at BKD's Backyard Joint. Every Sunday after 3 p.m., our secret menu is available, but you need to ask for it. Just say you want the secret Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football menu. And while you're there, be sure to say hi to our buddy Kelly Cooper, the owner of BKD's Backyard Joint. It's a perfect place in Chandler to watch all the games, including college hoops. They have 37 TVs with as many as 14 different games going at the same time. Plus, they love showing all of our home team games. So ask for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's secret menu this Sunday after 3. That's BKD's Backyard Joint, located at Pecos and McQueen in Chandler.
Tune in Saturday morning from 9 to 11 for Backspin, the golf show presented by Ping. Play your best. The Backspin boys take you inside the ropes every week with guests and great debates on the game. Backspin, the golf show on Fox Sports 910.
When you use there dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheets. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheets. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric. Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes. You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles.
Spot gets me every time it plays. Every time.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
This is Pac-12 country. And it's 6 points on one play. Trainum. White the carry, White the cutback, White to the end zone. Time to catch up with one of the experts who you can see and hear on the Pac-12 network. Now let's talk everything Pac-12 on the Roc and Manuch Show on Fox Sports 910.
You're hot.
Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Jackson's here. It is Shu back in the studio of iHeartRadio on Sports Radio 910, Fox Sports Radio, and we are joined now by Pac-12 network analyst Yogi Roth. He is getting ready to depart for Houston because he's going to get a chance to watch the national championship game, the Washington Huskies and the Michigan Wolverines. Yogi, thank you as always for coming on the show. When you watch these two teams, what is your first takeaway that you see from Washington and then what you see from Michigan?
Question, and Happy New Year. Thanks for having me, fellas. Always love coming on the show. I think the first thing when you think of both of these teams is I go to personality. You know, for Washington, their personality is one that's going to be dramatically aggressive, play almost as though they're playing downhill at you with the weapons they have on the outside, the arm, and the talent that is Michael Penix. I've said it time and time again. He's an NFL quarterback playing in college. So I go to that personality. And the other side for Michigan, their personality has really been about, you know, proving all the haters wrong, you know, and how do they do it? They become the bully, and they do it by running the football really physically. They do it defensively with the front seven, being extremely aggressive. You saw that on center stage at the Rose Bowl. And I think that's what we have. Got two different personalities, two championship caliber programs, and, you know, the 1 and 2 team in America, according to CFP. And I would tend to agree. I would have flipped it. I think what Washington's done has been more challenging than what Michigan has had to do this season on the field. But for what Michigan has to endure with their coach and all the drama around them, I'm sure that was a challenge in and of itself. So I think we got the best two teams, and I think it'll be another one-score game, just like we saw over the weekend.
Yogi, I think we've talked about this many times, the bad rap of lack of physicality from the Pac-12. And I watched the Huskies this year, one of the more physical teams in the nation. Why does that still linger when they take on a team like the Michigan Wolverines and the Big Ten?
Yeah, I hate to say it. I think it's just lazy. You know, and we've heard, analysts on national networks say that they're soft. Yep. Yet they won the award given to the nation's best offensive lineman. By the way, evaluated by offensive linemen. It's not like it's media members or sports writers voting for that award. I mean, it's people that have lived the trenches like Aaron Taylor, one of the best offensive linemen in the history of college football. So I just go to that. I mean, to say it's basketball and grass, okay, cool. Yeah, they're like the Showtime Lakers. That's a compliment, I guess. But they also, against the three best rush defenses in the Pac-12, which were also all top 11 rush defenses in the country in Oregon State, Utah, and Oregon, they moved the line of scrimmage pretty efficiently. So that's what I netted out with, man. And I think it's kind of like when you talk to people in other parts of the country, they call the Pac-12 the Pac-10, and they think that everybody's running the air raid. And that's okay. That's just what it is. So I've kind of said, hey, I'm going to offer up my services for anybody. Don't guess. Just call somebody on the West Coast. Happy to help all of our friends in the South if they even pay attention to this game now that one of their teams aren't in it.
Yogi Roth here on Fox Sports 910. Washington was close to a double-digit underdog in the Pac-12 championship. It closed as a 4-point underdog in the Sugar Bowl. They're an underdog in this game against Michigan in the title game. What is it? Is it just still that lack of respect for the Pac-12?
I don't know. I talked to a player at Washington's team about this prior to the semifinal game, and he goes, man, all preseason it was how strong the Pac-12 was, and then we go undefeated, and it's kind of like none of that dialogue existed. And I kind of had a chuckle and tend to agree. So everybody was loving up this league all year long, but it was kind of like maybe they weren't as serious as the rest of us were in terms of a true national championship contending team. So I don't know, man. I think this, having talked to Kalen DeBoer extensively and been around this team extensively, they are just saying, okay, just keep adding it. Like, just add it to the list. Heisman Trophy. My opinion, Penix should have won it. And I'm a big Jaden Daniels guy. I just think the championship environments were dramatically more, and Michael shined in those. I look at the Biletnikoff Award. I'm a big Marvin Harrison Jr. fan, but Rome Odunze, every time this team needed a play to be made, he made it time and time again. You look at the Pac-12. They had 4 preseason votes to win the league. 2 of them were Ashley Adamson and myself. So I don't know who the other 2 are, but congrats. Everybody else picked USC, and I think Utah got a couple votes. So I just think it's like, just continue to add to that. And that team has liked that. I mean, they really are like, bring it. And they're very comfortable there. And I actually think it's a positive for UW, because it's really not allowing them to, I don't want to say feel themselves too much, but there can be a world where you think you've arrived. Yeah. And this team does not have that. And in the same vein, they have not been about proving other people wrong. They don't really give a damn, to be honest with you. Whereas Michigan, they're wearing the T-shirts. It's all about them versus everybody else. Yeah. And I just think that's going to be something that I'll be paying close attention to late in the game. Because if it becomes about proving other people wrong, we've all been around this too long to know that doesn't sustain. That's really not what lasting championship environments are like. It's got to be one focus on yourself. That's what Washington has lived all year long. It's the us versus us, cliche, but it's really been true for them.
Real quick, Yogi, everybody talks about Jim Harbaugh. He's in the spotlight. Kalen DeBoer, this man. It seems like he kind of embraces being the low-key, the down-low kind of guy in games like this. But what is it, the Kalen DeBoer factor for this Huskies team?
Well, look, he hasn't been in a championship game at this level, but he's been in a bunch of championship games. Yeah. And I know that, NAIA and small school football is nothing like the Power 5 when it comes to eyeballs. But this as well as anybody being around this game. When you coach situational football, for instance, it's the same in high school as it is in Pop Warner, as it is in NAIA, as it is in Power 5 or the NFL. Like, you got to be masterful at it. And I'll just say this, in my 20-plus years at this level in my career, they do as good of a job as anybody in coaching the moments of a game, in preparing for certain plays in a game. I mean, look at what they did when going to go for a 4th down, they call a timeout, they still go for it. I mean, little things like that, they're practicing that throughout the entirety of the season, the entirety of game week. I think that's just his magic. Now, does he care that it's a 3-to-1 ratio in terms of articles in regularly read newspapers or websites? I don't think so. When I was at the pregame press conference with him and Steve Sarkisian, it was for every 4 or 5 questions Sark got, Kalen got 1. I think to your point, he was kind of like, all right, cool. Like, not even disrespected. Like, sure. He could care less. Yeah. He really could care less. He's about his team. He knows that UW has a brand. He knows that winning only elevates that brand. And he's very aware of how capable they are to win it. So I think he just kind of sits back and says, hey, you know what? You can answer all of them, whether it's Steve Sarkisian or Jim Harbaugh this week at the head coach's press conference. I don't think he's going to care. He's about the game. He's about the guy. He's about situational football. And he's as good of a coach as there is in America. And I think that's been proven in terms of how they have won these close games late.
Yogi, thanks as always. Enjoy Houston. And we'll catch up with you as the season ends. We can talk about the offseason. So thanks so much as always, man. We appreciate it.
Anytime, guys. Yeah, the season never really, truly ends, right?
No, it's
going to keep it rolling.
Yep, absolutely. That's Yogi Roth. You can follow him on Twitter at Yogi Roth. Check him out. Today, he is brought to you by All City Towing. If you're looking for a career in 2024 that pays great with incredible benefits, All City Towing continues to look for new people to join their team. Just head to allcitytowing.com and search careers. That's allcitytowing.com. Coming up, we need a contestant to challenge one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls here at the Tempe location for a $25 Twin Peaks man card. We'll take the 5th caller at 602-260-9191.
This is The Herd.
The winner in this is also
Colin Cowherd.
I didn't hear about it. I didn't know about it.
hopefully it puts it to rest. Because they didn't have that sign stealing against Penn State, against Ohio State, and against Alabama, that we know. And they went 3-0 and pushed all three of them around.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio.
You said 5, right?
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch. Only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. #SexyRoofStatus. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
Let the experts at Level 5 Lighting, all-in-one exterior permanent LED lighting, brighten up your world. Level 5 lights work with Alexa, Google Home, and Control4 smart home systems, so lighting up your home for any holiday, sporting events, security, or accent lighting has never been brighter. Calling sports enthusiasts. Get ready for your favorite game day. Get your lights installed with this month's special. 12 months, no interest financing if you qualify. Go to level5lighting.com to request a free quote. That's level5lighting.com. Level 5 Lighting, Arizona's outdoor LED experts.
Hi, I'm Dominic from Venezia's. Let's talk holiday catering. We can cater for just a few or a few hundred.
That's right, Dominic. Ordering for your holiday party is easy.
All right, Josh is all good and to go.
You and develop a menu that can include pizza, pasta, salads, and even stromboli. We serve authentic Italian food using only the freshest ingredients. It's food that will...
Did I hear correctly that you aren't getting a girl?
Catering from Venezia's. Check out...
With 2 seconds left, Frankie Collins end to end.
Yeah, that's what I heard you say, so I kind of prepped to Josh of how it was going to go.
Utah Utes Thursday, January 4th at 9 p.m. And the Colorado Buffaloes Saturday, January 6th. Collins over to Lance for 3. Bullseye! Get your tickets today by calling 480-965-5812 or go online to sundeviltickets.com. Sun Devil men's basketball. Onward to victory.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. Time for Peaks Picks, your weekly chance to win a $50 Twin Peaks man card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Today's Twin Peaks challenge is poured by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game.
You're hot.
Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glen. and Deer Valley.
All right, Caitlin and Josh are going to go at it today. Caitlin is one of the servers here, and her bar is full, so she just tough job for Jax. I wish I could be that guy. Just for one segment of show, my job is to go up to the Twin Peaks girl and ask if she wants to be part of our contest. But I'm a little too old for.
And then Jack slips her his phone number.
Yeah. It's a good job, Jack.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
Well done. No phone number today, but hey.
All right, this is how it works. We got 3 games: Steelers at Ravens, Seahawks at Cardinals, and then Bills at Dolphins. And we got Josh from Queen Creek in the QC. He's gonna compete today against Caitlin. So let's start with the Steelers at the Ravens. That's the Saturday night game. What did Caitlin go with?
She's going with the Steelers.
Going with the Steelers. Josh, man, how you doing today, man? Thanks for playing.
I'm doing good, brother. How you guys doing?
Good, man. So who do you like in the Steelers-Ravens? Caitlin went with the Steelers.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously they're going to be sitting Lamar, right? But I still think, man, at home, Ravens are going to be tough. I'm going to take the Ravens.
Okay, all right, good call.
All right, second game, Seattle at the Cardinals. That's Sunday. Like Caitlin, who she got there?
Yeah, she knows the Cardinals don't play well at home, so she went with the Seahawks.
I guess especially the Seahawks. All right, Josh, what do you got for that one? Did the Cardinals upset another playoff team?
Nope. No, I think they're done. I think Seahawks are gonna go for it. They're gonna win.
All right, Josh, here we go. Question number 3, the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. It's the Sunday night game, so we need your pick and also a score for a tiebreaker. Caitlin has gone with the Buffalo Bills 35-24. What do you say, Josh?
Holy smokes. I feel like she's reading my mind. All right, well, I'm going to take the Bills also, and I'm going to go with 31-23.
Okay.
31-23. All right. Josh, thanks for listening. Thanks for playing. Good luck to you, man. Hopefully you'll get yourself a gift card.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks, man. That's Josh in the QC. Football 50, let's get to it. It's brought to you by our annual Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, which is powered by our sponsor of this segment, Blue Moon and Coors Light. You can make your picks and win gift cards from Twin Peaks. It's never too late to play. It's free. But before we do that, and it's football related, on this day, 19 years ago, this is what happened. And listen towards the end of it. See if you can recall who this was in the Orange Bowl 19 years ago. "19 years ago, Ashley Simpson is booed off the stage after she performed that song, La La, or I don't know, La La, whatever it was, there at the Orange Bowl. Just horrible.
And this is kind of coming off the heels of her Saturday Night Live performance. Correct, where they had the lip sync. Where she had the lip sync, and she was off with their lip syncing, and everybody's going, wait a second. And then that kind of capped it off at the Orange Bowl.
Gosh, I mean, I just don't know why, what's his name, went out with her for so long. Tony Romo.
Well, I think that was Jessica
I can
Simpson.
guess, but I can't say it on here.
That's Ashley Simpson.
Oh, you're right.
Jessica Simpson. Yeah.
Did I say Jessica on the air, though? Did I say Jessica? Did I say Ashley?
Yeah, Ashley was the one that lip-syncing fiasco on
I thought
Saturday
that
Night
was
Live.
Jessica.
No,
I don't know
Jessica.
why I thought Tony Romo, because it's like, all these comparisons, the Swifties and Kelsey and all that, and it's like, oh, that reminds me when Tony Romo and Jessica Simpson were dating.
She was that
was a big deal back then.
She was the chicken of the sea. Didn't realize it was actually tuna that he was talking about.
What do you mean by that? Explain that. That's a grandpa statement.
Her husband at the time goes, I don't think we can explain it on the radio.
I've never heard that too.
He was eating tuna fish. He goes, He goes, that's the chicken of the sea. And she goes, it's actually tuna.
She was real bright.
Oh,
really bright.
She had a moment.
Today's National Trivia Day and National Spaghetti Day. And who doesn't love a big old plate of pasta?
Yeah.
I mean, you know anybody that doesn't like pasta?
No,
spaghetti?
not at all.
Because you grew up eating it no matter what. Because if you grew up and you didn't have the means, I mean, it was very inexpensive. I lived off of college.
I did.
Making
I
pasta,
did too.
You know,
pasta,
just great.
You could make your own garlic bread. Hey, I even ate SpaghettiOs.
Oh, I did that too. I still do.
Yeah,
The
Chef
raviolis.
Boyardee.
Man, it's good stuff, man. It's like really good stuff. Anyway, that's so there you have it. Thanks to our friends here at Twin Peaks Blue Moon and Coors Light. We'll be giving you some information on what Twin Peaks will be doing for the big game, the big Super Bowl. It has 5 locations, so you want to start making plans now. It'll be here in 6 weeks, so it'll be here before you know it.
Wow.
Which is hard to believe. Hard to believe. But coming up, we will talk some football with Howard Balzer at 3:30. But before we do that, Charlie Regal will join us, talk to ASU football, and get his thoughts on the Washington versus Michigan on Monday night. We'll be at Casino Arizona on Monday for the pregame for that big game in Houston. But we are out here, Twin Peaks. And it's the Tempe location. This is one of their most popular locations. And I'm hearing, rumor has it, there may be a couple more opening up here soon.
Oh,
yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, so looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll be part of it. It's Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, Jax, and Shu with you here on a cold Thursday afternoon here in Tempe, Arizona.
Clear.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Alternative Rewind, where all rock began. Just search Alternative Rewind and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
Don't be fooled by the people you meet on social media. It may start as an innocent conversation, but anyone who tries to sell you pills is nothing more than a drug dealer. And if you think tiny pills can't do much harm, think again. Fentanyl can end it all. Know the truth about fentanyl at learnmoreaz.org. Don't be fooled. Don't be faked out. Visit learnmoreaz.org. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Denise has been playing jazz for 40 years. Last concert, one of the musicians fell sick with RSV. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems. This time, she's choosing to help protect herself with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory tract disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, in adults 60 years of age and older. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Buda Baker was the only Cardinals player named to the 2024 Pro Bowl, named for the 6th time in 7 seasons. Cardinals back practicing today. Former Suns point guard Ricky Rubio announced his retirement from the NBA. He played 1 season with Phoenix in 2020 and averaged 13 points and 9 assists. Pac-12 men's hoops back in action tonight. 10th-ranked Arizona will host Colorado while ASU entertains Utah. Connor Ingram in net for the Coyotes. They're home for the Islanders. Jason Zucker suspended 3 games by the NHL for his hit on the Panthers' Nick Cousins Tuesday. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies. Those temperatures pretty chilly down into the upper 30s. And then for your Friday, another day with those temperatures below the seasonal averages, only getting up into the upper 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, they're making things even easier. They'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. That's Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, we're talking some football today, as we just found out that Dalvin Cook is now a Raven, and the conversation off air was not good because Raven running backs get hurt.
They're all hurt. Well, it's a good they picked him up because of the issues with the running backs getting hurt. But I think Dalvin Cook, he's still got some juice left. I think so. I mean, as far as a guy coming in and they'll give him about 5, 6, 7 good plays, maybe a couple pass plays if they need him. But, everybody's on rest patrol this weekend. You look at rest all the non-starters.
I think it's crazy that you have 10 quarterbacks that are starting in place of QB1. And I look at the Rams and I say, do they really care about who they play if it's the Cowboys or the Lions? I mean, why wouldn't you play your top guys? And they're going to put what's his name in there?
Carson Wentz?
No, but the rookie of the year.
Puka Nacua.
I mean, he's going to play because he wants the record.
Exactly.
I understand, but what if he gets hurt?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, what are you doing? But you're going to rest. You're going to rest.
He could be hurt in any game. You
know that. Tell all 32 teams that.
Well, I understand.
But for the
Rams,
I don't understand it. You came on late this season. Hey, Sean McVay, I don't think he's going to get Coach of the Year, but
he should be close to it, though.
Yes. I mean, Kevin
Stefanski.
That's a no-brainer. I mean, the Browns.
Here's one thing: if you had a bye, like the Niners, they're going to have basically almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're going to sit Brock Purdy for 3 weeks.
Exactly.
That's not good.
So, and Jimmy and I hit this a couple times yesterday. Do you think back?
All right, I wasn't listening. Just talk about today.
All right, but let me just reiterate.
We already heard yesterday's show, the podcast.
The one thing that you got to be very careful of, if you can rest guys this week, you play next week, that's fine. That's a thing. But if you got a 3-week layoff, and this is proven when you saw the Denver Broncos, 15, 20 years ago, when they went in there 13-3 last game of the year. And Mike Shanahan, the head coach of the Broncos, sat Elway and everybody and their mother the last game. And then when they played their home opener there with the bye, Jacksonville came in, and Mark Brunell was the quarterback. They upset the Broncos. They were out of sync. They were out of sorts. So if you've got a couple weeks off, I could see that playing a little bit, maybe a half, just to keep sharp. But if this week and you're playing in a wild card next week, like the Rams, they can't improve their position one way or the other. Whether they win or lose, it's not going to improve. So I could see them resting as many guys as they possibly can to get ready to go to Detroit and have a shot at winning that game.
So they're definitely Detroit no matter what? I thought it could be Dallas too. It could be Dallas if some things happen.
But this way, I'm assuming the Rams, they can't improve. They're going to the play. They're going, but they can't improve their position.
I understand that, but they can who they're playing.
Well, it
if
depends.
they lose, that can't move them from 6 to 7 or 5 to 7.
They can lose. They're set. They're set at their position.
Here's the scenario. If they win, they've obviously clinched the playoff berth. If they win, they would be the 6th seed.
Yes.
If they lose and the Packers beat the Bears, they drop to 7.
Okay, that's my point. It's like it does matter. Yeah, I knew they were in, but the question is if you could end up playing Dallas or you could end up playing Detroit.
Dallas undefeated at home.
Yeah, and that's one of those kind of things that I'm sure he's thinking about. He just figured, hey, look, we're going to the playoffs. We want to rest our guys, whether we play the Detroit Lions in Detroit or Dallas at Dallas. So those are some of the things you've got to weigh out when you rest these guys. I mean, Baltimore, they've already got their number 1 seed. San Francisco number 1 seed. You think of some of the ramifications, which are pretty good, because look at the Chicago Green Bay game. The Green Bay's got to win that game. They
have to win to get in.
And Tampa's got to win, and they got to have Green Bay get beat if they are to go ahead and get in the playoffs. So there's still some
joke.
Drama.
It's a joke this late.
What do you mean?
It's the preseason games.
Well, and that's what it'll probably turn into, but they're resting their guys.
I know.
To go ahead and play, move on.
It sucks. I mean, the NFL screws you as a season ticket holder. You got to buy the preseason games, and then you got to watch this garbage.
Here's what because I will say this: there's been teams that have had to fight to get into to make the wild card that have gone on and won Super Bowls.
Giants.
That's Giants. You think of the Packers.
The
you think of
Raiders.
the Steelers, the Raiders. I like going in with you. Got a game next week. I like everybody playing.
Momentum.
I mean, momentum, keeping everybody in sync. Unless somebody's really banged up, do you rest that guy?
Who's Easton Stick? Where did he play college ball?
He was at North Dakota State.
That's why I wouldn't know.
He came in after
got a starter.
Carson Wentz.
Okay.
I think he's a national title too out
I
of North
think he
Dakota
did.
State.
Yes.
But it is kind of a bummer for the fans that are going to get the JV team, so to speak. But I just like
a preseason.
I like
game.
a team where you got a game next week, and you're going to be playing somebody, especially if you're the Rams. Play it out. Play your guy. Keep them sharp. Keep that momentum going.
So what do you tell Brock Purdy? He's off for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. You practice hard, practice sharp, practice hard. I know that Shanahan.
You're just going through the motions.
Not in San Francisco. Mike Shanahan.
You're not there.
I talked to Brock. He works them hard.
Of course he does. He's not going to say they don't work them hard.
They
but
get
you
after
don't know what that means. You don't know how they get after it. He may not get after it this time of year. Hey, we don't want anybody to get hurt.
Well, Shanahan's been to a couple Super Bowls as an offensive coordinator, lost, as a head coach has lost. I guarantee you he's going to make sure
his
that
approach may not be good. He maybe needs to play these guys. He's got 2 losses.
Well, and that's kind of the rub. If you've got a good 2.5 weeks off, okay, you're going to rest these guys. And to your point, Rock, games are so much different than practice. I like a team, even for a half, if you play your guys, stay sharp, stay contiguous with what you've got going on. Those are a lot of the things that I would prefer to see some of these teams from that particular standpoint. So when you see all that going on, I think that's some of the things that's the old proverbial rock in the hard place for a lot of these head coaches, unless somebody's really banged up.
It's just unfortunate. Hey, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day after the Suns' first 34 games of the season. Have your expectations changed for the playoffs? And your 4 choices are 1, still can win the NBA title. 2, still can win the Western Conference. 3, can make the first round of the playoffs. Or 4, barely make the playoffs.
Currently,
I'm glad you put barely in there because everybody makes the playoffs.
Well,
seems like it.
There's always a play-in game as well, too.
I know. That's the playoffs.
The play-in tournament.
And you can go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter to vote. Currently in first place, can make the first round of the playoffs, 42.9%.
I think fans are really shocked. But it's like the news, the 24-hour news cycle. Last week, the Suns went 4 in a row. People were like, wow, even though it was holiday, so there wasn't a lot of talk radio, and then they lose last night to a very, very good Clippers team without Durant.
That was my.
I mean, they got a big 4. And people don't talk about Westbrook.
I know.
I mean, the guy's a freaking unbelievable player.
He's a star. He's an absolute star.
That team is so good.
Yes.
And I don't know how that team cannot win the championship.
Well,
if they're healthy.
Exactly.
But they have the tools.
Yeah, they do. And they got an experienced.
Boy, can they shoot.
They had an experienced coach as well, too. So for the Suns,
Tyronn Lue.
They need all hands on deck and maybe one more at the trade deadline. Who knows?
The
February
Clippers?
2nd? No.
The Suns. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, the Suns need all hands on deck to beat
that kind of a team.
What a disappointment it would be if they did get knocked out of the first round after all that expectation.
Gosh.
But if the narrative looking back to the Suns in 22-20 or 23-24 is they were hurt, they were injured, their three kept getting hurt, then all right, you got to give them a pass.
Well, then you got one more year because that window's closing.
It is closing
with KD, and you don't want him to be going in and out periodically. But I think hopefully
trade him. See what they get for him.
Hopefully,
try to get those 20 draft picks back.
No, it's for Matt Ishbia as the owner of this team. It's all the chips are in with these three individuals. Now, if you have to tweak it a little bit, then so be it. I'd be curious to see how they tweak it.
They got a lot of college hoops tonight. Sun Devils, they got Utah tonight, 9 o'clock start. So, Jimmy, you got to take a nap before you watch that game.
I understand, yeah.
Number 10, Arizona, they got Colorado and Tucson tonight. And then the Lopes will visit Southern Utah. And then the other Yotes, I said Lopes. I said GCU Lopes have Southern Utah. I got ahead of myself. The Yotes host the Islanders tonight. And coming off that loss on Tuesday to Florida.
Yeah, they got blitzed 3 goals in the third period by the Panthers.
I know. I watched that, and it just – the mullet magic wasn't there.
No, Florida's good, though.
Oh,
Florida's
very good.
good.
Very good. So, but anyway, top headlines today are brought to you by the Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona, and the CAZ Sports Bar. Bet the game, watch the game, the Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. They got 3 live betting windows. They got 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens that are dedicated just to the betting lines. And they are also the home of our show on Mondays and Take the Points on Saturday. So great place to watch all the games and a great place to watch the national championship on Monday nights. But coming up, Charlie Eagle will join us. Thanks to our friends at Crest Insurance. He will join us next. We are live today from Twin Peaks in Tempe, right here on Fox Sports 910.
The Jacksonville Jaguars control their playoff destiny. All they have to do, beat the Titans or go home. Hear the Jags in Tennessee against the Titans. Sunday at 10:30 on Fox Sports 910. Presented by HornCars.com.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Getting busy on 10 westbound from around 24th Street out to 19th Avenue. Same thing northbound 17 from I-10 around the split over to 7th Avenue. Entry wreck on 24th Street and Baseline, and a crash with injuries 44th Street and Van Buren.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, they're making things even easier. They'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. That's Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings, bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continue to grow as they now have their own secret football menu with special pricing at BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler. Every Sunday after 3 p.m., just ask for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B football menu and get special pricing. That's BKD's Backyard Joint, located at Pecos and McQueen in Chandler.
Let the experts at Level 5 Lighting, all-in-one exterior permanent LED lighting, brighten up your world. Level 5 lights work with Alexa, Google Home, and Control4 smart home systems. So lighting up your home for any holidays, sporting events, security, or accent lighting has never been brighter. Calling sports enthusiasts. Get ready for your favorite game day. Get your lights installed with this month's special. 12 months, no interest financing if you qualify. Go to level5lighting.com to request a free quote. That's level5lighting.com. Level 5 Lighting, Arizona's outdoor LED experts.
It's Macy's one-day sale tomorrow with great deals of the day, like 40 to 60% off handbags, shoes, and accessories to complete any look, 50 to 65% off warm, on-trend coats for her, and 50% off designer bedding from Hotel Collection and more. Plus, get your online order even faster when you pick up in-store or curbside at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Connor Ingram is in goal for the Coyotes, who host the Islanders. Forward Jason Zucker suspended 3 games by the NHL for his hit on the Panthers' Nick Cousins Tuesday. Pac-12 men's basketball back tonight with 10th-ranked Arizona hosting Colorado while ASU entertains Utah. Warriors forward Draymond Green is expected to be back at the team's facility over the next few days to resume his season on the court. He's been indefinitely suspended since December 13th. I'm Frank Garrity.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging out here today, Twin Peaks at the Tempe Marketplace. Great crowd already on hand, and we are here until 4 o'clock this afternoon on Fox Sports 910. Charlie Regal joins us, presented by Crest Insurance Group. That is Crest Insurance Group, offering personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to crestons.com. Charlie, Happy New Year to you. Let us start first, because you did it. You kept the Washington Huskies offense in check most of the game, despite the fact you lost at the end. Has the Michigan coaches called you and talked to you about how your defense was able to do that?
And did you get your consulting fee amped up a little bit too, Charlie?
That's even more important. And I take that in wings. You know, barbecue, Parmesan, garlic. That's my negotiating rate right there. First of all, afternoon and Happy New Year to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I think it is going to be a fantastic matchup, and I really think that Washington has a chance to walk away with from this thing a national champion. And you know what a fitting way, ironically, right, for the Pac-12 to go out as it, you know, ends its final season as a conference with the national champion.
Yeah, Charlie, it's interesting because people talk about physicality and lack thereof, and they always point at the Pac-12 as well, can they handle the physicality of the Alabamas and the Michigans and this and that? Why is it such a bad rap against the teams in the Pac-12 when you looked at the USCs? You guys were very physical. Washington, Oregon, is that just one of those facades or old wives' tales?
Yeah, it's East Coast bias.
Where does that come from?
I think that's a great point, and I think personally that thing derived many years ago, because I do think if you go back, some time ago, the Pac-12 was out in front of a lot of the other conferences in terms of throwing the football. Mm-hmm. And I think that kind of evolved into, they throw the ball out there. It's a softer brand of football, and I think that, in some facets, in terms of that being true, in terms of throwing the ball more, but there was still plenty of teams out here running the football. And, I have all the respect in the world for the SEC. And I think it is a tremendous conference. But I think, like anything, when you get a little hype behind it, it goes beyond the brand, so to speak. And,
sure,
I know we were a decent Cal team in 2019, and we went into Ole Miss, and ended up being a close game, but we physically put it on them pretty good. And I think that the upper echelon of teams in each league is certainly respectable, but I think when you look over the course of it, I think sometimes those misnomers get overblown, and I think that's what's happened to the Pac-12 in terms of, pass first, run second, and though I think sometimes it's true, I don't think obviously that always holds up.
Charlie, when you guys played this Washington team, and what a hell of a game you guys had. I thought it was probably you guys' best game with one of those top opponents in the nation. But what is it about the Huskies that you like versus Michigan that maybe a lot of folks or the lay person watching games doesn't see or recognize?
Well, and obviously, let me say this, obviously being out here in the Pac-12 and growing up on the West Coast, Southwest, I certainly recognize that I have a little bit bias and, sure, have some guys on that staff at UW that I'm pulling for. But, when you strip it all away and you look just at the football, right? I think that this game comes down to, I really believe that it's kind of the game within the game. And I think it held true really in the Texas UW game. And I think, statistically speaking, Michigan is one of the top defenses in the country. And I think it's going to come down to who can control the football and not turn it over. Can Washington's offensive line, which they have one of the better offensive lines, and they're extremely well coached by a Phoenix native and Scott Huff, who went to Horizon High School, has done a heck of a job with those guys up front. And can they protect in it? And, Texas was known for having a great defensive line, and they did at times get pressure on him. But his pocket presence was really, really good in that game against Texas. And I think that, if they can do the same thing and not turn the ball over, I just think those receivers for UW are going to be hard to cover. And I just think that that is going to be the game within the game. I think it's going to be Michigan's defensive front. Can they get pressure and force turnovers? If they can, I think it's too much for those guys to ask them to hold up in coverage, and I think UW wins the game if they can protect him.
Michigan runs the ball extremely well, Charlie. Do you see that possibly being also a key to the game where they can control the clock and shorten the game a little bit just by taking control and using that brilliant running game?
Well, and again, I agree with you. I think they are. They do run the ball well, but I think that UW has faced teams that have ran the ball maybe not as well, but certainly good enough. And I think in order to eat the clock and keep the ball out of UW's hands, you're going to have to commit to running the ball full time, and you're going to have to be pretty dominant at doing that. I didn't see that kind of domination from Michigan in the Alabama game, and I just don't know that they can do that, convincingly for 60 minutes.
Assistant head coach of the Sun Devils, that being Charlie Regal, joining us here on the Right Toyota Guest Line. Kalen DeBoer, talk about a turnaround, all the things he's done up there. What is it about his coaches and his staffs, Charlie? You know this this man in reference to what he's done up there at UW. There's been several guys that could not get Washington back to the prominence they were many years ago. What is it he's doing or he brought to this program to get them on the national scene again?
Well, I think that obviously timing and being at the right place at the right time is a piece of everything you do with success. And, I've known Kalen for a long time when I was coaching high school here and he was recruiting out here, and he was at Eastern Michigan. He came down when I was down south and, got him in to see some practice. So I've developed a relationship with him over the course of the last decade. I think what he's done is he's really put together, he came in there to UW when they were down a little bit after one season. But they still had some talent. I think what he did is bring in a very, very good staff, a lot of guys that had worked together, and they had a really sound plan. And I think that you've watched them over the last 2 years stick to who they are. I think that's probably the biggest compliment that I would give them is they know who they are and they play to their strengths. And obviously Penix has a lot to do with that. And I think obviously this time of year when you're playing for championships, usually you have a pretty good quarterback. But I think they knew who they were from the very beginning and have stuck with that. And even when teams and people tried to turn them off this year, saying, oh, poo-poo, they almost got beat by ASU. They played a couple other games tight. They said, hey, we know how to win those tight games. Where last year, they came here to Sun Devil Stadium and got beat, So I think they've done a great job of coaching to their strengths, and I think that's why they're playing for a national championship here on Monday night.
Charlie, take me to your school, ASU, right now. And where are you guys as far as the portal is concerned? Are you done with the portal, or when it opens up again, are you going to be diving back in? Can you divulge any information?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are back in the office. Today was our first day back. Had I known you guys were going to be at the Tempe Marketplace, I'd have probably skipped and met you there. However,
would have been great.
You know what? We do have some visitors coming in this weekend that have been in the portal. So the window, it has been a dead period, but it opens back up over these next few days up until Sunday. So we do have a handful of young men coming in here from the portal that we will host this weekend, and hopefully put the finishing touches on these transfers and get ready. Our guys go back into starting school on Monday, the 8th. I believe it's the 8th on Monday, and start getting ready for winter conditioning and all the off-season work. Will start here in the next week to 2 weeks. We're going to finish up this weekend with one last round of recruits.
It's always good, pal, when you take time with us. Enjoy, and let's watch some football for that championship game.
Happy New Year, Coach.
Happy New Year, Charlie.
Appreciate you guys. Should be a great game, and as always, go Devils.
All right, everybody. Can the Cardinals pull off another upset over the Seahawks? Prevent Seattle from getting into the NFL playoffs. Cardinal beat writer Howard Balzer is going to join us to break it all down, and he is next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Connor Ingram in net for the Coyotes. They'll host the Islanders for Jason Zucker, suspended 3 games by the NHL for that hit on the Panthers' Nick Cousins on Tuesday. Buda Baker, the only Cardinals player named to the 2024 Pro Bowl, his 6th in 7 seasons. They're back on the practice field today. Former Suns point guard Ricky Rubio announced his retirement from the NBA. He averaged 13 points and 9 assists in his lone season in the Valley in 2020. Pac-12 men's basketball back tonight with 10th-ranked Arizona hosting Colorado, while ASU will entertain Utah. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies. Those temperatures pretty chilly down into the upper 30s. And then for your Friday, another day with those temperatures below the seasonal averages, only getting up into the upper 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join the growing team at Progressive Insurance. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional old world recipes passed down through generations. But then we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result, the perfect fusion of new and old world traditions and a meal you'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style pizza parlor, Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the southeast corner of Loop 101 and Cave Creek Road in Phoenix.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
The will to win is important, but preparing to win is essential. At Crest Insurance, we understand that the road to success is not one that you go alone. Whether it's your family or business, you're not buying insurance, you're buying protection. That's why so many turn to the professionals at Crest Insurance. Our team has the experience to help you safeguard the things that matter most. It's not just an insurance policy, it's peace of mind.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138.
Why are people surprised that Kadarius Toney can't catch the ball?
Brilliant EQE SUV from Mercedes-Benz.
I saw him in New York. That's all I needed to see.
It's so smart. Even the headlamps are thinking. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes.
Sorry.
Learn more at MBUSA.com/EQE SUV.
Like Marquez Valdez-Scantling left Green Bay for a reason. Like
Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. He's been covering the National Football League.
Are you playing the highlight?
48 years. He currently is Arizona Cardinals lead writer for GoPHNX.com. A longtime Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910. On 2nd and goal, Connor again, nose down. He's in for the Cardinal touchdown. Arizona takes the lead with 32 seconds left.
That was from last week, thanks to Fox, as that put the Arizona Cardinals up on the Eagles 35-31. He was announced that he is he's a recipient of the Arizona chapter of Pro Football Writers of America Lloyd Herberg MVP Award for this season. And joining us now is part of the Pro Football Writers of America, Howard Balzer, joins us now on the Right to It guest line. How you doing? Happy New Year, Howard.
Thanks, and Happy New Year to you, and of course all the legion of listeners in listener land. Happy New Year to everyone.
So, Buda Baker heading to the Pro Bowl, 6-time and 7 in a 7-year career. Starter for the NFC, lone representative again this year for the Cardinals. If they had to have another Cardinal on it, say Buda decides not to play, and it's like baseball where, hey, we got to have somebody from every team, who would be the guy? Would be Matt Prater? I mean, he only missed 3 field goals and 1 extra point.
No, you can make the case for Prater, and he was one of the suggestions as we conducted the voting for the team MVP. But
okay.
Connor was the clear winner.
Sure.
But yeah, you could make the case for Prater. I don't know who else. I mean, when you really look at it in terms of the entire season. Certainly with the way Trey McBride played in the second half, you could probably make a case for the second half MVP and maybe even Kyler Murray for that matter. But, obviously it's not a roster filled with a lot of excellent players yet. And that's, obviously that's what they're trying to build. And we'll see. I think this could be one of the more fascinating off seasons, which we're going to be within not too distant future of how this team, it goes after it in this offseason with all the cap space they're going to have, with all the draft picks they're going to have. Obviously, this roster is going to look a whole lot different when they head to training camp at the end of next July.
Howard, I agree with that. I think that James Conner was the bell cow for this team. I pretty much consistently, you talk about Trey McBride, but, he's got one more year. I believe he turns 30 next year. Do you dare extend him? Because he truly was, I felt, one of the more consistent offensive players to get this team to win at least 2 out of the 4 games.
No, it's a great question on the extension because he was consistent, made big plays, and, who knows, what his numbers would be had he not missed the 4 games with a knee injury. That's the one thing that usually happens with him. He does miss games during season. But, in terms of extending him, I'm not saying the Cardinals wouldn't consider that.
Yeah.
But you also have to be very careful when you get guys, to that age. And you can't, there's some people who thought that when the Cardinals, signed him, after he signed the 1-year deal here 2 years ago, and then they gave him a 3-year deal, there were people saying he was making too much money. And so I don't know what the number would be, what the years would be, but, there's not too many 30-year-old running backs in that neighborhood that are getting contract extensions. Maybe a couple years, maybe you don't really have a need to lower his cap next year because of how much cap space they have, so that wouldn't be the motivation for it. And I would think we'll probably, maybe add a year. I don't know. I mean, like I said, you can make a case for it, but you can't go crazy with it because he does just his style of play leads to some injuries, and he's like you said, he's getting up there in years.
Well, I think the most like-kind comp would be Adrian Peterson. How well he played as a running back till was at 34, 35, and the 1 year's with the Cardinals. But he runs that hard, maybe not quite as fast, but he'd be a comp where he was playing 1-year contracts over a 5-year period toward the end of his career.
Yeah, near the end. Yeah, near the end he was doing that. I don't know. The 1 year he missed with an ACL.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he didn't really miss a year with an ACL. He injured his ACL late in one season, then was back for the next year and went over 2,000 yards rushing and was league MVP. And so he didn't have that many injuries. Connor seems to have those nicks here and there, and he'll miss 2, 3, 4 games. Never misses a lot, but he does miss some games. And so that'll be an interesting decision for the Cardinals. Hey guys, they're gonna have an interesting decision now on DJ Humphrey.
Yes.
Here's a guy that just tore his ACL late in the season. Obviously, he's under contract for over $15 million in base salary none of which is guaranteed. And so, what do they decide to do with that? And does that create another hole on the roster because you just don't absolutely know when he's going to be back and available to play? So obviously they've got a lot of different decisions to make with this roster in the offseason.
Howard Balzer is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Howard, take me to the announcement by Jonathan Gannon saying that I've got my franchise quarterback. Did that really surprise anybody, or have you heard that they were all in on Kyler pretty much from the get-go?
I think for the most part, they were in on him from the get-go. And as Gannon said, I'm more convicted about him now than I was when I took the job. And he made it clear at the time one of the reasons he took it is because they had Murray. And I think there were some who say, well, is he just saying that? Does he really believe it? Obviously, they had to evaluate him through this entire year and to see what he did with the rehab from the knee, see how he attacked learning the offense when he knew he couldn't play for a while, and how he would interact with the new coaching staff, with a new offense. And I think as Gannon said, the key thing he said is he's done everything we've asked him to do, and he's done it at a high level. So I don't think it was surprising. I thought it's been trending like this for a while. In terms of making an announcement, he was asked the question, basically, is there any doubt that he will be your quarterback next year? And that was on the radio the other day, of course. And when we met with him yesterday at his regular media deal, someone asked him, were you surprised by the question? That you were asked that question. And he said, yeah, I was. Because all you got to do is watch the tape. Well, obviously the question is there because no matter what everybody has said about him, all throughout the season, his growth and all that, Drew Petzing and everybody, there are those in the back of their mind saying, well, they got to say that. But are they really committed to him for the future? Will they move on and maybe try to get another quarterback? That chatter has been out there. And so I think, to a degree, Gannon shouldn't be surprised that the question was asked. But, he answered it pretty forcibly. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And so I felt all along that at least what they were going to do was bring him back next year. And because of the cap ramifications of moving him, what would he really get from another team if he wanted to try to trade him? The cap situation goes down after next year. And I'm not saying they're looking at it to make a move after the 2024 season, but that would be the time if you wanted to, and he didn't make the growth that you expected next season, that maybe you would look at doing something. But I certainly don't think that's in their minds to do that. I think their big motivation and their big goal will be to improve the team around him and have more second half like they had last week against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Any New Year's resolutions, Howard?
Do I have any New Year's?
Yeah.
Oh, I usually don't make any. I mean, I just try to be my best self every day. And I think that, going into a new year, I will continue, to try to do that and keep grinding and keep going. And, I'll keep doing what I'm doing for as long as I possibly can.
Good. All right. Well, we'll let you know if it's working. So we'll keep you up. We'll keep you up to speed every Thursday. All right, Howard. So,
Sounds good to me.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. That's Howard Balzer joining us here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. And you can always follow him on his Twitter page, which I don't have it here, but go to gophnx.com and you can check out his most recent stories. I apologize for not having that.
H Balzer 21.
There you
721.
Go. There it is. Good to see you in
that
that fine little print there. H Balzer 721. Appreciate his time as he's brought to you by Twin Peaks. Play our Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Just go to fanpick'em.com. Thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light. Well, we have another professional athlete that has decided they are getting into politics. And this one is a stretch.
Oh, boy.
And is shorter than Jimmy B.
What?
Yes.
Where is he? I want to stand next to him.
Who says it's a he? Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B next.
Clear.
Here we go.
Steve Cavino. Ooh. Rich Davis.
Yes.
This is Covino and Rich.
I think if you're handsome and you're good at sports, it sort of cancels out your nerdy qualities a little bit. Have you seen the story of Pacers Miles Turner? When you're rolling with attractive Princess Leia's and you're in the NBA, even though you really are a nerd and you're spending your spare time with Legos, it sort of cancels it out a little bit.
Covino and Rich, this afternoon at 4. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I-10 eastbound near 43rd Avenue, we have an accident off left. 17 southbound at Bell Road, we have an accident on-ramp Gore Point section and off to the right. We also have an accident Indian School at 31st Avenue.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, they're making things even easier. They'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. That's progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek on the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Hi, this is Kelly Cooper. Now picture this. You and your friends or family are gathered around a table, laughing, toasting, and sharing stories. At the Melting Pot, we're not just a restaurant, we're an experience. Are you ready to glow up your next birthday celebration? Look no further than the Melting Pot, where unforgettable moments are created and delicious memories are made. The Melting Pot is your perfect night out, where birthdays become memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, check us out online at meltingpot.com. That's meltingpot.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
When it comes to insurance, we don't focus on the competition. We focus on our customers. At Crest Insurance Group, customer service is not what we do, but who we are. Now more than ever, businesses and families are turning to knowledgeable partners to help provide them with the insurance coverages they need. We've worked hard to become one of the country's top independent agencies, and our clients benefit from our vision, experience, and outstanding service. Contact Crest and let our insurance professionals tell you what they see. You'll be glad you did.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
I'm up $5,000 this week off NBA bets alone. If you want to catch our sports bets, check out our show, Wager Chasers, Saturday from 1 to 3, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And if you want to know our daily plays, check us out at wagerchasers.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you.
Got to check the book, see who's ahead.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Dalvin Cook joining the Ravens. He went unclaimed on waivers, so we'll put him in there for Football 50. So that's really the top story. Nothing really here locally. But another story, as this person, I believe, still lives here in the Valley. But this professional athlete, some people may argue if she's a professional athlete. I wouldn't, but I know some other people would. Has decided to steer clear of politics during her career because she was an athlete, didn't want to impact any of the sponsorships. But that is all changing now. Do you know who it is, Jimmy?
Have no clue.
Then why do you say, like, when I'm saying,
I didn't say
you're
anything.
like, yes.
I didn't say anything.
You're acknowledging like you know.
No, I didn't say a word. It's in your headset.
So who's smaller than you?
Is she a gymnast?
No, not a gymnast.
Wow. Really?
Is she a
good answer though?
Is she a jockey?
Close.
Oh man,
she's very fiery.
Oh man,
and she's got, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, has ties to a New York Jet.
I know Kirk who. Friend's wife. Maybe.
Excuse me?
What?
I mean, New York Jets? I feel like I'm
Iowa
in the conversation.
You go back to sleep, Manuch.
No, they're going.
Jimmy, you want to improve the program?
Well, it's not Kelsey Plum who is hanging out with
Darren Waller.
Who's smaller than you?
Nobody.
Oh my gosh.
This person? No, you're not in this one, Jax.
Wow.
I gotta let the grandpas figure it
Oh
out.
man.
Well, we've only got a couple more minutes.
Yeah, let's see.
Hopefully they can speed it along here.
All right, well, we're going to give the gold star to Jax today because he's going to guess it because he looked it up.
No, I didn't look it up. Is it Danica Patrick?
Yes, it is.
Danica Patrick, go daddy.
Yes, she has shown support for U.S. presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy. She recently spoke with Tucker Carlson, and she has now come out and said that she's getting politics. So sports and politics, once again, collide in one another.
She is outspoken. She's a little fiery.
I am taller than her. I've interviewed her.
You are not taller than her.
Yeah, I am.
By how much? An inch?
Maybe.
Yeah.
She's all.
You guys would make a cute couple.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, here's
Except
what's
I'm
on,
old enough to be her great grandfather.
Yeah, here's what's on tap. Brought to you Twin Peaks. You got Islanders are at Magic Mullet Arena. That game is at 7 o'clock. So Islanders and Coyotes. Colorado is down in Tucson to face the Cats. 7:30 on ESPN. And 9 o'clock, Utah and Arizona State.
Yep.
You know, that is such a disservice. I mean, I know school's out of session, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still, 9 o'clock, why?
Television.
And I understand about you, television. All right, what? If it's all based about the East Coast.
Yes,
it's,
it is.
It's 11 o'clock out there.
Yes.
How do you justify that, Jimmy?
Because
11 o'clock East Coast.
Because they are running Colorado and Arizona as well.
Okay, but that's 9:30 East Coast.
Yes.
Not the other way.
And then it's Utah and Arizona State at 9, which
Okay,
is at
this is
11
what I
o'clock.
just-
Yes.
So what's your point?
My point is that the only way you could make it a service to Arizona State was if you ran Utah and Arizona State on ESPN2 or ESPNU.
Still late number. There's still a late.
No, not if it's 7:30. Then it's 9:30 on the East Coast.
We didn't. That's not that they're playing late tonight. So it's.
And by the way,
they are playing late. 9 o'clock our time.
Yes,
3
but
minutes.
you're
not getting the point.
You're
Jimmy.
giving us content for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So just so you know, it's ESPN at 7:30.
Hey, I'm taller than Danica Patrick.
And 9 o'clock is on ESPN too, so you can't
Right.
use the network, open, lead in, all that. All I'm saying, you took it down another road, is these late starts locally, and even for Utah, which is an hour difference, I believe,
correct,
just not right. Who do we give a hoot? Why do they care so much about the East Coast? It's even worse out there. It goes on at 11.
They won't even filler. It's
got to be because
that's what it is.
But it's a disservice to the fan base.
I agree with that.
9 o'clock. I mean, even locally, I'm not watching 9 o'clock.
No,
I mean, I'll watch the first half, and then I'll doze off when they're down by
a lot
5.
of folks will be wrapping up at 10:30. As the second half starting.
2 hours, 2-hour games. You're getting done at 11.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much okay.
It just makes no sense when they have these West Coast games and they move them so late. Why do we have to give a you-know-what about?
The only thing I can think of is that, okay, we're going to give you some love on the West Coast and play you late back east. It's 9:30, 10, 11
It's 8 o'clock LA, so it's like, all right, 8 o'clock. It's the only thing I can think of is they're trying to hit that market.
Yeah, that's
because it's the second biggest market in the country, and that's what the book says for the last 20 years. All right, we got to have a game at 8 o'clock on the West Coast.
There's no benefit east of the Mississippi when those games are that late.
No.
For both these teams, no benefit. That was the
So why
question,
not
Jimmy.
be a benefit to the local fan base, to Utah and Arizona State, and have it at 7, 8 o'clock?
So what game? Where are you going to carry it? If ESPN has the rights to it, you can't put it on a different network unless you
put Pac-12 network. It could have went on Pac-12
well,
network.
then I couldn't watch it.
That's not my fault.
Well, I don't have the freaking
Step up.
Pac-12 network.
Well, you got a phone.
The Pac-12. Yeah, I got a phone.
It's on there.
The Pac-12
minute.
network is going to go away here as soon as basketball season's over.
It's actually going away before that.
Well, you're right.
I was just found out. A good buddy of ours told me that basically closing shop in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Pac-12's laid off everybody, and they got to get ready for the Big 12 and then Big 10.
That's
guys
it.
that have all left.
Yep.
Not good.
40.
Unfortunate. Not
Yeah.
good whatsoever.
Just tell us who won. State 48 Roofing. Get your call.
Oh, State 48 Roofing.
Just tell me the winner.
I'm going to tell you.
Don't read them all.
I'll tell you. We got basically a 44% are saying that they will make the first round of the
Good job.
playoffs.
If you're curious, which I know you're not, you can go to our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch
20.
and check our State 48 Roofing. Get your call.
Hey, I'm taller than Danica Patrick.
Yeah, that says a lot. We're at Right Toyota tomorrow. We'll see you then.